listen today. We also have a video portion of the show. I'm talking a video version of the show. We are live on YouTube, live on Facebook, live on Twitch to see yours truly and the cast of characters that come through here on 1430 ESPN. We're very excited to have this show today. A couple of good guests that we'll get to momentarily. But before we do any of that, of course, we have our sponsors, the Lee's Air Hotline, sponsored by Lee's Air Plumbing, Heating, and Roofing. Lee's Air Hotline, 559-320-1430, the way to reach our show. That's right, Lee's Air Hotline, 559-320-1430, the way to get in on the conversation here. Say what's on your mind. Fresno State season coming up. What are your concerns? What are your thoughts? What are you excited about with Fresno State football this season? We are 11 days away from Kansas. That's right. Week 0, Kansas coming up against Fresno State. Folks, if you're not excited for this game, I don't know what you're doing. You're not ready for this season if you're not excited right now, counting down the days, counting down the hours where the Bulldogs are in action in a new era, the Matt Entz era here on 1430 ESPN. All right, let's get to our Lee's Air weather check as well, who they sponsor our weather check. It is 101 degrees right now at the time of this checking here at 3 o'clock. 101 could get up to 103, and we'll say sayonara to those 100-degree temperatures for a while. That's right. Today's the last day we could be seeing those 100-plus degree temps. Getting down to about 99 tomorrow, 97 Thursday, Friday, 94 Saturday. How about 92 on Sunday? That's going to feel wonderful here in the Central Valley. Could ramp up by after that, but it ebbs and flows. That's what the weather pattern does. It ebbs and flows. So hopefully you are staying cool out there, staying chill, as the kids say, and enjoying a Tuesday afternoon. It is August 12th. That's right, August 12th here on the show, and we are at 3 o'clock. Our sponsor, 3 o'clock hour sponsor is Clovis Truck Center. They're the first, the biggest, and still the best, and they are bigger than the bedliner, formerly known as Linex of Clovis. They can get you set up, especially during the football season, got all their tailgating opportunity needs. They got bed slides, all those stuff where you can pull out your bed, truck bed, and set it up like a table at a tailgate. You can get your tailgate lit with a lighting rig of some sort. You can get potential refrigeration at your tailgate with a truck. Accessories, flag mounts, all that stuff. You want to be the tailgate of the tailgate. You want to be the best tailgate of the tailgate of Fresno State football games and beyond. Be sure to stop by my friends over at Clovis Truck Center. They'll get you set up usually day in, day out. They got all the stuff for you there. Clovis Truck Center, just out of the Clovis Rodeo Grounds. Tell them Phil Benatti sent you when you get there. Fantastic. Got a good show for you today. Couple of good guests on the program today. We will discuss everything involving some numbers we've seen out of the Shakir concert, which we are excited to be talking to somebody who will be involved in that. That's right, Garrett Classy going to be joining me in this show. That's going to be 5:30 today. 5:30, Garrett Classy coming by the studio and talking shop about Fresno State football. Before that, in this hour, we're going to talk to him in just a little bit. Tim Slack is going to join me on the Lee's Air Hotline. Tim Slack is going to join us, voice of the Grizzlies. Big news out of the Grizzlies. The number 4 overall pick is coming to Fresno in the Major League Baseball draft this season. That's right. Ethan Holiday is coming to Fresno to play for the Grizzlies. Ethan Holiday, a son of Matt Holiday, brother to Jackson Holiday, current superstar for the Baltimore Orioles. So you're interested in hearing about that, plus many other news and notes about the Grizzlies coming up. That's what we got for you as well. So plus got plenty of other things to get into. Stafford conversations about the Rams. We'll do a little Phil's fantasy advice. Fantasy season. You getting ready for some people have been already drafting. Some people are getting ready for drafts. I wait till the very last minute to get my drafts done at the absolute late possible point. It might kill me because Labor Day weekend is usually my weekend to do the fantasy drafts per se, as far as that's concerned. But I wait pretty considerably late. We got our 50 states in 50 days trivia, 2 states to get to today. Phil's 5 at 5 as well. Talk some Fresno State football, all of it here on the program coming up. 3 hours taking you all the way to Giants pregame against the Padres. Giants and Padres, 6:15, 6:45 first pitch. We are live. We have a couple of guys in for the producing duties today. Jorge is there behind the levers and buttons and all that great stuff. And Tim Veer doing all of the video. Guys, how are we doing on this Tuesday afternoon? How are you guys feeling on this Tuesday?
I'm feeling good. Feeling good.
Jorge and I did not call each other about our outfit today.
We're just team players wearing the same shirt.
Sometimes you just have a sense of what you're doing and a sense of what you should wear. And something told me red shirt today. Something told me the red shirt. I don't know about you, Jorge. I don't know if you had a feeling when you were getting ready for work today.
I just doing like the movie says on Tuesday we were red.
Is that what they say? In what movie?
Something like that.
I think that's a Mean Girls reference that you're going for. Is Wednesdays we wear pink. I think that's what it is.
Nice.
Tim Veer, any
That's the ESPN version of it.
That's our ESPN version of it. How are you doing on this Tuesday, Tim Veer?
I'm doing good. I wish I could have, matched with you guys as well.
I know. Do we have polos for him, right?
That's all right.
Okay. There's some leftovers over there. Why don't we?
Oh, I'll definitely take those.
Yeah. Jorge,
Otherwise, doing good.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Or he can borrow yours if you want. But anyways, all right. We are here, like I said, 3 hours of the show, and getting ready to talk all things sports here. We're talking to that fantasy football side of things. Xavier, you said you already did a draft. I don't know if there's more stress in actually doing the draft or getting everybody to do the draft at the same time. I don't know what is more stressful.
Yeah, so there's 2 points I want to make. Yeah, to respond to you, yes, I think that getting everybody to do the draft is probably the more tough part. I have been a commissioner before, and that is definitely a stressful because you have to figure out what day works for everybody, and that's always a difficult thing, especially when you're in 10 and 12 team leagues. And then in terms of like the date of the draft, I'm in 2 main leagues, and one of our leagues we already drafted, and I hate early drafts because I always hate the thought process that somebody might get a freak injury. We've seen so many freak injuries already in preseason, and so I'm just hoping for that. But, yeah, I definitely prefer later drafts.
This Niners stuff that you're hearing, this Stafford news that you're hearing, you're not quite sure exactly. Jordan Love suddenly doing some procedure. You're like, oh, God, I drafted Jordan Love already. What am I going to do?
Or the receivers or running backs that are affected by those guys.
Exactly.
So it's always tough.
Anyways, we'll get into it. We're going to do quarterbacks and wide receivers focus for today because I feel like they go hand in hand in terms of the positions. And then we'll maybe do a little running backs session later this week. We'll do some tight ends. Feel like a good time to settle in and do the fantasy talk because I don't know if I got a chance to really do the fantasy talk last year. I got a trophy over there, 2-time champ. Nice. 2-time defending champ currently, going for a 3-peat in my league, and I'm pretty sure if I win, nobody's going to want to play fantasy anymore if I go 3-peat. Is 3-peat where you like get kicked out of the league and stop playing?
I think 3-peat is where you just end the league.
It's over, right?
That's when everybody starts going against you. You
Oh,
gotta win 5 times in a row.
I think people start going against you after the first one.
Jorge, people have been going after me for 10 years in this league, and I still win it. Nobody makes trades with me. You know why? Because they know I'm up to something. I'm like the Tampa Bay Rays. Because, like, when the Tampa Bay Rays trade for a guy, suddenly like, what do they know? What do they know about this guy? One time I traded with Johnny Bravo, friend of the show. One time I traded Johnny Bravo. I think I traded him, like, Kirk Cousins and, like, somebody else for Jalen Hurts or something like that. Kirk Cousins immediately tears his Achilles. And then Johnny had no other quarterback on his roster in some form.
Tragic.
Yeah, it was one of those, like, and everybody like thought I knew that the Achilles was coming. The Achilles was ready to pop for Kirk a couple years ago. Like I had some clairvoyance there. No, I just wanted Jalen Hurts really bad, and I sweetened the deal for it. I don't know what I did. I'm trying to remember the trade it was. I can look back at my email archives.
Was this Dynasty or redraft?
Nah, this was redraft. Yeah.
Okay, I was like, if it was Dynasty, that'd be even worse.
No, it was a redraft. I think it was like Kirk and some like maybe top end wide receiver 2.
Yeah, sounds good.
And I just was like because I think I drafted who in 23 did I draft? I'm trying to remember. I think I drafted Fields. And I had Fields and Kirk, and I was just not feeling any of that.
It wasn't feeling Kirko chains.
No. Actually, you know what it was? I didn't trade Kirk Cousins. I know what it is now. He had Kirk Cousins, but he had Fields. He decided to go with Fields, send me Fields for like a couple of players, and then he had no other quarterback too. He then had the Achilles pop for Kirk Cousins. He had 0 quarterbacks after a week of play. That's how it went down. I'm trying to remember what I can look back in that trade value. Anyways, I digress. Quickly, I want to just do the headline right here at the top of the show. Fresno State putting out some figures about Shakira concert. They tweeted this out about 4 hours ago, talking about an estimated visitor spending of $2.1 million, estimated 28.5% of the visitors for the Shakira concert were 50-plus miles away. Estimated about almost 10,000 people were out-of-area visitors for this concert. And this was the point we were talking about with this concert beforehand when it was coming up, was it's not about what the money we see generated here, because Fresno will generate money on its own in this environment, in this community, but it's the outside dollars that are what is beneficial to you. Nobody is driving outside to a Fresno State game to put money in. It's simply not the case unless they are a visitor of the team that is playing this year at Bulldog Stadium. But outside of that, what are your primary opportunities, business opportunities for people who are 50-plus miles away to bring in money to this community? I have not seen an event like this really in Fresno for quite some time that can do that, in my opinion, since maybe the bigger days of the Save Mart Center with like Bruno Mars coming into town. Or I think maybe I'm misremembering. I'm pretty sure Taylor Swift was here as well in some form or fashion in the early 2010s. Metallica was here. Yeah, but outside of that, I don't think they were even seeing these numbers come in as well when it came to the revenue generated. So I just wanted to give kudos to this, and I can't wait to dive into this with Classy, because while I really believe these numbers are something that can be shown to a lot of different people and say, this is potential, this is a lot of business potential, I am curious to see where he finds the wins in these situations and in the Shakira concert, and also where he's going to I hope he's transparent and where he knows things can improve. And so I want to find that out later today. And like I said, Garrett Classy coming at 5:30 today, so I wanted to make sure we get to that in our conversation. So I just wanted to point that out at the top. I don't know if you guys had anything to add, because that's an astounding number to see the outside support come in to Fresno. And I think it can simply grow from there when you continue to find opportunities for events like this.
I mean, I think this is just an exclamation point of what they did, that it was a good event, and it worked. It worked for them. I mean, yeah, there was hiccups, of course, but those are hiccups that are going to get worked on, and they were mainly in the logistics area of the third party, people that were doing things. Not Shakira's people, and not Fresno State people.
And it's a key thing to bring people, if those numbers there, it's a key thing to keep retention of people coming in too. Like, did they have a good enough experience to say, yeah, that was worth it for me to go? Or is it a one-time thing? That's the question. That's the $1 million question of what the next thing will look like when it comes to that outside revenue. So, but anyways, I know we're overdue for a break because we got to bring on Tim Slack. We're going to talk some Fresno Grizzlies here coming up next. So we'll take a break. We'll be right back. Voice of the Grizzlies, Tim Slack, coming on next on 1430 ESPN.
Summer is here, and the hottest deals are at Valley Pure for premium indoor house.
serve. Discover your calling through over 100 undergraduate and graduate programs offered on campus or fully online. Fresno Pacific University. Learn more at fpu.edu.
At FFB, we know behind every business is a person. That's why we're more than a bank. We're a partner, a farming-focused bank for hard workers, a future-forward bank for big dreamers, and a family-friendly bank for the next generation of owners. From first ideas to major milestones, we're here to help you chase your goals and score big. So what can FFB mean for your business? Find out at ffb.bank. That's ffb.bank. FFB Bank. Let's win together.
Hi, I'm Jim Schaefer with Helena Agri Enterprises. At Helena, we lead with agronomy, and crop health plays a crucial role in maximizing production. You can visit helenaagri.com to find your local Helena retailer and learn more about Helena's products and solutions. Summer temperatures and droughty conditions are rapidly approaching in the Central Valley, which isn't ideal for farming. These environmental stresses can impact yields significantly, so how do we fight against this? At Helena, we have a product called Megafol. Megafol contains a precision blend of plant extracts that improves crop vitality and helps defend against environmental stressors like heat and drought. So how does it work? Simply put, the plant extracts in Megafol upregulate genes that produce specific proteins in the crop. More of these proteins means the crop can function at a higher level under stress conditions and less energy is spent on recovery. At Helena, we lead with agronomy, and crop health plays a crucial role in maximizing production. You can visit helenaagri.com to find your local Helena retailer and learn more about Helena's products and solutions.
Get your business noticed and stand out from the crowd by visiting MegaPrints. Working with the Valley's most prestigious and high-profile businesses since 1998, we print and install custom-designed signs for businesses of all types and sizes. From yard signs to banners to wallpaper and fleet graphics, MegaPrints has the state-of-the-art capability to turn the signage you've dreamed of into a reality. Visit megaprints.com today to see our work and what we can do for your business.
Bring your project to life with the help of the experts at Precision Civil Engineering. Voted 2024's best engineering firm in the Central Valley by the Business Journal. Precision Civil Engineering offers planning, land surveying, civil engineering, landscape architecture, construction management, and more services to assist you in your next project. Visit precisioneng.net today to learn more about their services. Precision Civil Engineering, proud supporters of Fresno State Athletics.
Leader here on this wonderful Tuesday afternoon. Good to be here and good to have some exciting news coming to Fresno. We always love good, exciting stuff coming here in the world of sports. And, well, let me tell you, we heard some rumblings. We can officially say it's official. Fresno Grizzlies are going to have Ethan Holiday on the roster, which is a name we were thinking about potentially as one that could be there. But excited to see this announcement come across our desk literally just minutes ago. And we are now pleased to be joined by the guy who is getting the grace of calling his first, I would say, professional baseball game, Tim Slack, tonight. How does that sound, Tim?
I think you just gave me chills, brother. It's pretty surreal, and we're excited. I think we not only Ethan Holiday, but Tanner Thatch, pretty cool left-handed hitter, but I know a lot of hype, a lot of excitement around the 4th overall pick in the draft just a month ago, and it's pretty exciting. I think everybody around here kind of feels like another set of opening day, and the crazy part is we're in the thick of the playoff chase right now, and so he's joining a roster that is fighting to play September baseball, and we're excited for that.
Yeah, I mean, the playoff atmosphere and the do-or-die nature of these last 4 series coming up. A lot on the line for this Grizzlies team, and I would say this is an interesting time to step into a clubhouse and a roster, especially one that could have a chance to play more baseball. You guys are 4 games up on Modesto right now. That is the key standings look right there. it is going to be interesting to see what this guy has, which is a 4th overall pick. A lot of expectations. What do you have expectations for out of Ethan Holiday when he comes into the batter's box tonight?
Well, I think it's important to remember he's 18 years old. He just finished playing high school ball in Oklahoma in probably May. I actually didn't get a chance to confirm with him if he finished in May or June. But, this is opening day for both him and Tanner, and they have been down in Arizona and, not necessarily in the Arizona Complex League, but they've just been playing games and, they mentioned to me just in front of a handful of people. So this is going to be a little bit different vibe. I think with both of them, and it's kind of cool. So I keep bringing up Tanner Thatch because he's the great nephew of Catfish Hunter.
Wow.
If you remember that name. And so there's lineage in both baseball families. Obviously, Ethan's brother was the number 1 pick a couple of years ago, is up in the big leagues with the Baltimore Orioles. And then his dad, played 6 years with the Rockies. And, Ethan was telling me that the last time he was in Fresno was when his dad was with AAA in his AAA Albuquerque in his last season, and they were visiting the Fresno Grizzlies back in 2018. And so I think that the baseball lineage is these guys who just breathe the game every day. Like, I think it's going to be fun to watch, but it's important to remember that they're young. And I think another aspect that I'm excited to all that being said, is they're both power guys. They're both big power bats from the left side. So when they get rolling, you're going to see some pop. And that's something, we've been quiet at times this year in terms of the home run ball. And so I think it could be fun. I think it could be contagious. But there's definitely a buzz and definitely excitement just around these guys being here.
Yeah, I think you mentioned it quite well. With the skill sets that they do have with Thatch and Holiday, lefty power. You haven't quite seen it out of this roster per se. It's something that it just feels like a big boost because it feels like the Grizzly. It's almost like it feels like a trade deadline situation or something like that, where you have guys who are like, oh my gosh, we have these guys now, and now we feel like we have a lot in complimentary baseball, all the 10 yards on that thing. Does it feel like kind of in that sense? And I wonder what the teammates are gonna feel the boost tonight and moving forward.
Well, I think that's a great analogy, just in terms of it being like the trade deadline, right? And everybody in the California League was kind of affected already, being either losing prospects. Leo DeVries, who was traded to the Athletics organization, had played in the Cal League a couple of years ago, and you have guys like that who are leaving rosters, and so they're like, okay, well, who are we getting? I think for us, like to have such a boost and to have guys who are so excited, so ready to go. You get to, we're at game 109 tonight for this team, and we have a lot of guys who've been here all year. You get tired, and I know it's hard to believe for people, but you do anything 109 days in a row, and you get a couple off days in between, but your body breaks down, you get tired, you get sore. You need kind of that freshness and to remember the joy. So it felt like a little boost today, just walking into the clubhouse, seeing these guys getting ready to go, and they're out stretching right now, getting ready to take BP. Feels like a little pep coming back in, and there's only 12 more home games remaining in the regular season.
Yeah.
We mentioned fighting for a postseason spot, and this is a really good opportunity to see these guys do that. And there's only 12 of them left.
So the tickets are hot now for the Grizzlies, right? And it's going to be interesting. I would say if there's games to go, I mean, you will have to go to see these next 12 games in some form or fashion. I know I'm even considering. I didn't have plans to go down tonight, but I am considering changing my plans for tonight to check it out. And I wonder if some people are going to get that opportunity to do so. But Tim, we mentioned it in the context of it. I think we alluded to it, but we're talking about just how well this team has played. I know a little bit of a slip up against Inland, but for the most part, they've maintained this lead. They've maintained the good play. It just feels a little different in the second half, and they are inching closer to tasting an opportunity to at least have one series in the postseason. How would you say they have been able to sustain success and find a way to maintain this lead over Modesto?
Well, yeah, I think you mentioned the slip up, and I think it's funny because the last 3 games of the series in Inland, they did some things that they hadn't been doing, which was some defensive mistakes. They weren't hitting with runners in scoring position, and then Sunday they just didn't get a lot of guys on base. And that, we talk about the aspect of the trade deadline or the analogy. That's kind of where it feels like this is a pick-me-up of not only to get some fresh guys in there, but to get guys to help motivate everybody and say, hey, we're in it. Like, let's keep fighting. The organization believes in this club, this group of guys together, and they're sending the reinforcements. And I think that the pitching has been so solid all year long. The bullpen was excellent. Tyler Hampu had, a blip on Sunday night. He hadn't given up 3 earned runs since the month of May, and he gave up 3 in 1 inning at the end of a game that we didn't score in. The bullpen has been phenomenal. Luke Jewett, Justin Lohr, Nathan Blasick, like they have been lockdown guys in back to game, and I know I'm missing some names there, but whenever this team gets in front, they just give you the feeling that they're going to carry it to the end. And so that has been phenomenal. And then the other thing that's been a lot of fun to watch, I was talking to somebody earlier in the year about, hey, the long ball's starting to come around. Well, we have played small ball better than anybody else, I think. And our ability to bunt and hit and run and steal a base, like, it gets exciting because it's like you get a guy on and you have a lot of confidence that he's going to get to third in 2 pitches. And so watching that style, I think, is different on some of these other teams that don't see a lot of bunting against them. And so it makes for a lot of action, a lot of close plays, a lot of plays that get you up on the edge of your seat. And if we mix in some long balls over these next 4 weeks to close the season, I'll be all right with that.
It feels like this homestand's an opportunity because Stockton has really slipped in this second half. I know early in the season we had some struggles against Stockton, but it feels like a different Stockton club. You feel like there's a prime opportunity for this team to really grab a hold of this lead with 3 series ago if this homestand goes well. How big is it to take care of business against Stockton, who like I said, is just not finding the win column as much this second half?
Yeah, just 12 games left against North Division teams. So this week at home and the next week in San Jose. And, those are important games. And I think you got to win a series, right? Like you got to, if you win a series, then you kind of assure yourself you're not going to lose. If you win 4 of 6, you can kind of rest assured that you're not going to lose ground because you don't see many teams winning 5 or 6 games in a series. And so I think this is a vital series, right? You got to win it. You got to play good baseball, and you got to come out with some energy. I think you're going to see that tonight and this week. One thing, and I know, and I don't know if so. I might have not let you know. I just got the Stockton lineup as well.
Yeah.
But Bobby Blanford,
that's right,
is going to be leading off for the Ports tonight. So there's anybody from Fresno State who loved that. My boys loved. Bobby, I know last year he walked out to Iron Man. I think he changed it, but they were big Bobby Blanford fans. So he's in the lineup, and it is a little bit different lineup. They have some guys that I mean, they only have 2 guys that I think we've seen in terms of their starters, 3 in their starting lineup. So they're a different team, like you said, and they're trying to gel together. But Bobby Blanford, name in Fresno, he's out here. I know a lot of Fresno State folks will be excited to see him.
Yeah, so even more reasons to come check it out as far as this weekend is concerned. This whole week, man, this is there's a lot of juice to this series and to this year. Tim, the twists and turns of this season has been fascinating. I know it's hard to believe we are just winding it down, although the postseason is potentially there. Has it been crazier than you expected in your first year calling the Grizzlies?
Today has. It's been fun. It's been, I wouldn't say necessarily crazy. I think it's just such a blessing to be able to do this. And, you're up there enough that you can vouch for just kind of how special everything is here and just our team, and not just our team on the field. I love those guys. Our coaching staff's been phenomenal. But, our team in the Grizzlies front office that is really fan focused, trying to make sure that Chuck Chansey Park is a little bit better every game. And, that hopefully you've seen throughout the year just all the different things that they've rolled out. And so from that standpoint, I just say it's such a blessing that I get to sit up. Some people call it my little ivory tower because if it's hot, I still have AC up there. Sorry to rub that in people's faces. But it has been so cool to watch this team grow and play. And, April was a tough month baseball-wise. And to watch this team get better every month has been really cool. I talk to people all the time about Robert Kalaz is a guy that, you might watch him one night, he might have a bad night, and you're like, he's a fourth prospect, and then you watch him over the course of the year, and it's like, oh yeah, he's only the fourth prospect. Like he's that kind of guy, and I think there's a lot of guys in the lineup that you could go down and talk about where. Yeah, there've been some struggles, but that's part of minor league baseball, and sometimes I know that can be different to watch, but at the same time, to watch these guys grow and succeed, and to know some of their battles and their journeys, and dealing with injuries, and coming back from those things, or they might have something going on at home, and to watch them deal with it in a professional manner, and go out and perform and not make excuses. That's pretty cool to watch. And it's pretty cool to watch these guys at 18, 19, the oldest guys are 24, 25 years old. And so to watch them do that as young men, I couldn't have done that when I was that age. And I don't know how you feel, but that's a tough thing to do. And I think sometimes we're so hard on ball players for that. But to watch them go through that, it's been a blessing.
It's been a growth that's been rewarding to watch from the sidelines, and you hope it yields a fantastic reward at the end of the road there. So let's dive a little bit into some of the promotions if you got a little bit of time for this week. Got Grizzlies and Monster Jam Freestyle Mania. I've been to a Monster Jam show. What's going on over there at Monster Jam on Thursday night?
I think you get to meet some folks, so that could be an opportunity to come out, enjoy that. And again, some of our partnerships have been so awesome. So come out, meet some of those drivers. I think there might be a giveaway attached to that. And it's going to be a lot of fun.
Are you telling me people can meet Gravedigger? Or we can't promise that? Or
I don't know about. Oh, hey, don't do that.
I'll hold off. No, nothing confirmed.
Breaking news: the broadcaster in Fresno said somebody's coming that's not.
I'm absolutely not making any promises. I simply asked a question. I'll leave it at that.
I got you.
Marvel Hero Night. Big night. I see the giveaway. Some people are going to get some hands on some comics. It looks like when they come into the game on Friday.
I got my hands on my copy right now. Pretty cool little magazine. Well, I shouldn't say that. Sorry. It's literally a custom branded edition of a Marvel minor league baseball comic.
Wow.
With X-Men. It's pretty cool. 101 kind of deal. For 2,500 fans get a copy. And I know if anybody's got kids, I mean, I'm into it, but I know that my boys were jumping at it to be able to get their hands on it this week, so they're looking forward to that. It's going to be a pretty good crowd on Friday night. Of course, fireworks Friday night as well.
Yeah.
It's going to be a good night.
It's going to be great weather too. I would say it's going to be fantastic weather too, especially with this weekend. You couldn't ask for anything better. Pro wrestling night. I mean, Tim, are you big pro wrestling guy? And how excited are you to see Mark Henry make the trip here?
Somebody's going to get some autographs, Phil. That's how big I am. I don't know if you know his intro song, but World's Strongest Man. He was an Olympic weightlifter. Got a chance to chat with him last week. I am a huge Mark Henry fan. It's going to be a lot of fun, and I think there's some hijinks planned, but he has been just phenomenal. I know he's excited to get out here. I am a very big wrestling fan, I will tell you that. And so we're excited. There's a lot of wrestling fans over here at the Grizzlies. Are you a big wrestling fan? Have we not talked about this
yet? I am hit or miss on the wrestling side of things.
Okay.
I could say John Cena probably, but that seems like very middle of the road kind of era for me. I'm trying to think of some others, but that's all I got. Dave Bautista used to be a big time guy as well. But I'm naming guys who are also in the movies.
You know The Rock, right?
I know The Rock.
And Mark Henry was in a faction with The Rock early in his career.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of good stories with that. He told me a real good story. I'm going to save it for our pregame show, I think, on Thursday. But he told me a really good show about working in Save Mart. And he had a runaway bag, and he said fans in Fresno made that such a special thing. So he's excited to come back.
I failed him. Undertaker. I think Undertaker's my number one guy.
There you go.
There we go.
There you
That's
go.
the one. I think it's everybody's.
You're good, man.
Undertaker's fantastic.
And Mark Henry had a great match with him. See, I could go on and on about all this stuff. Don't get me started.
Oh, the stories will roll along. And then Chick Chansey Heritage Night. Of course, Chick Chansey Casino, big sponsor for you guys, and obviously they help you guys a lot in terms of the stadium and everything like that. But Chansey Heritage Night, that's always a good night. I remember last year a lot of folks being at that one. A really cool night on that Sunday.
Yeah, and of course, I mean, it's obvious the support they've given us, and so this is such a keystone event for us, just in terms of giving back to the community and the opportunity to do that. And so we're excited to have them out, and it'll be a special night.
All right. Well, that's the homestand for this week. Do we have a scoop on where Ethan Holiday is batting tonight, or do we not know the lineup just quite yet?
Oh, you want a scoop?
I'd take a scoop.
Okay, so he'll be at shortstop tonight.
Okay,
and he's batting second, so he's in the lineup. You want to be in your seats. The bottom of the first inning, he'll be up in the first inning.
All right, there you go. There's the scoop right there. Ethan Holiday, second in the lineup tonight, playing short for the Fresno Grizzlies. I can't believe it's happening. And also excited for all the guys who are coming on. Thatch as well. We didn't even get into his history, but maybe we'll get into it next time you're on the show. So,
for sure.
But anyways, Tim, have a good call. We'll have you back on. You'll be on the call tomorrow night on 1430 for another broadcast, so you can listen to Tim Slack there. I think we also have a 790 broadcast on Sunday as well. So that's what we got. So, Tim, couple of broadcasts.
So 2 of those games this week.
We're games.
Excited for that.
Yep, exactly. Yep. So can't wait to hear you on the radio here. So, all right, Tim. Well, I may see you tonight. I might make my way down and stop by for a few innings. So
I think everybody needs to. I think everybody needs to be there at 6:50. We mentioned Bobby Blanford's leading off for Stockton.
Yes.
Ethan Holiday batting second for the Grizzlies in the bottom of the first. Be there early. It's going to be a good one.
Awesome, Tim. Appreciate it as always. Have a great call.
Phil, thanks, man. Always appreciate it.
All right, Tim Slack, voice of the Grizzlies here on 1430 ESPN. All right, stay with us. We'll take a break. We'll be right back with more Behind the Bench right after this on 1430 ESPN Fresno, the Valley's local sports leader.
Get your day started with Rich Eisen.
George Kittle, you're signed, Warner's signed, McCaffrey's healthy.
It's boring in your world. What's happening?
Yeah, I'm so sorry that the 49ers aren't the centerpiece of some drama this year for the NFL media to talk about.
Yeah.
We're just not doing our jobs of being dramatic enough. Yeah. I'm so sorry for making you have to work a little bit harder and not just to be able to have clickbait and headlines.
Yeah.
Just right out of the locker room. I'm so sorry. I apologize for that.
Rich Eisen, brought to you by Citizens Business Bank.
Need cash? If you've got a car, we've got the cash. Clausen Honda wants to buy your car. If it's running, we want your late model Toyota, Hyundai, Kia, Subaru, Acura, or Honda. Just call Clausen and ask for our VUP to schedule your appraisal appointment. In just 10 minutes, you'll get your cash value quote. Yes, we are eliminating the hassle of getting rid of your used old car. So if you're ready to sell, we are ready to buy. Call Clausen Honda of Fresno today. If you've got a car, we've got the cash. Get cash for your car. Clausen Honda.
At Citizens Business Bank, we've been taking a personal approach to banking for over 40 years and are consistently recognized as one of the top performing banks in the nation. Hi, I'm Susan Woosner, Senior Vice President and Manager of Citizens Business Bank in Fresno. We believe in the importance of building long-lasting and genuine relationships with our customers. We want to provide you with the solutions you need to grow your business because your success is our success. Citizens Business Bank, member FDIC.
Hey, it's Phil Bonatti with Behind the Bench for my friends at Clovis Truck Center. Fall's coming fast, so whether you're towing the RV, heading to the mountains, or just gearing up, don't wait to get the adventure ready. Brake controllers, hitches, suspension upgrades. They can take 6 to 8 weeks to arrive. Be smart, plan early, and skip the scramble. Roof racks, lift kits, window tinting, they've got it all. Visit Clovis Truck Center on Clovis Ave or at clovistruckcenter.com. Clovis Truck Center. Get ready because fall starts here.
Roger Dunn has the new Callaway Paradigm AI smoke drivers to take your game to the next level. State-of-the-art technology. They've created the most advanced driver face in the history of Callaway Golf. The AI Smart Face is designed to create a sweet spot, and not just the center, but all over the face. AI smoke drivers, fairway irons, and putters. The AI smoke driver, it's sweeter from every spot. Paradigm AI smoke drivers. Remember, you're always number one at Roger Dunn.
It's officially high noon. Welcome to Banyan Tree, Fresno's favorite dispensary. Voted 2025's Best of Central California's People Choice Award. From flower to edibles, concentrates to vapes, we've got top shelf products at down-to-earth prices. Whether you're a seasoned smoker or just kinda curious, our knowledgeable staff will help you find your perfect match. So climb the Banyan Tree and see how high you can get today. Order ahead at banyantreefresno.com for quick and easy pickup. Banyan Tree, rooted in quality, grown in Fresno.
Get your day started with Rich Eisen.
You can't tell the story of baseball without what Aaron Judge has been doing right now. What Aaron Judge has done over the last 3 to 4 years, for sure, is one of the greatest tears we've ever seen by a right-handed hitter. Period. End of story. He is the king of being intentionally walked. He is the ultimate guy that you don't want to have beat you. He's been that way pretty much since he came up from out of nowhere. He's absolutely a Hall of Famer if he doesn't play another game.
Rich Eisen, brought to you by Citizens Business Bank.
Whether you're planning a special event or simply craving something new, Lynn's Restaurant Group has a variety of dining options to suit any occasion. If you're in the mood for fine dining, Oiza offers a refined Japanese experience. Looking for something quick and delicious? Ramen Hayashi serves up satisfying bowls of ramen in no time. Craving variety? Lynn's Fusion has an endless all-you-can-eat experience with options for everyone. No matter the occasion, Lynn's Restaurant Group makes every meal memorable. Visit lynsrestaurantgroup.com to learn more.
The bench here on 1430 ESPN Fresno, the Valley's local sports leader. Big thanks to Tim Slack for joining us on the segment there. I mean, it had timed out as perfectly as we could. They sent the release out. We guessed what time we should have him on, and right then and there we had him on. Hey, props to Tim Veer. You made I'll give you props. You got the guess right as far as where Ethan Holiday would be in the lineup. So you held up two right before Slack said it. So good on you, Tim Veer. You know ball.
Hey, I do. Maybe not that much in the baseball realm, but I know enough to know he would be number 2 today.
Well, let's see if you guys know ball in our next 50 states in 50 days trivia. Are you guys ready to know ball? This is going to be fun.
Let's do it.
Sure,
North Dakota. North Dakota. Are you guys ready? Not until the music.
I guess I'll
when you throw the music in.
That only just mind-numbingly kills Jorge because Tim Beard has no headset. We can get you this headset right over there. Is there a second port?
It's connected.
Oh.
I can't.
Yeah, we don't have a port. That's what it is.
I'll have to come out there to do that.
I guess so. All right. North Dakota. What do you guys know about North Dakota? I know a lot about North Dakota because your boy was there for like 5 years. Trey Lance is from Minnesota, so.
I said the college.
A lot of guys who go to North Dakota State are from Minnesota, so there you go. So that's
their pipeline.
That's their pipeline. All right, 3 athletes from North Dakota. I think these are gettable if you know ball.
If you know ball.
I think
like yesterday.
All right, we'll see. Ready, Jorge?
As ready as I can be.
Number 3 athlete from the state of North Dakota, according to ESPN, is a player that was drafted in the 31st round at pick 923 in the MLB draft. However, He, in 2006, led the league in slugging percentage, OPS, OPS plus, and finished 8th in AL MVP voting. And he also finished 5th in 2005. He's a name.
He is a 31st rounder, you said?
In baseball, in the 96 MLB draft.
1996. And you said
I'll
2005?
I'll give you the names. Or I'll give you the teams. He played for the Rangers, the Indians, and the Yankees in his career. In his 12-year baseball career.
I'm not sure.
Won AL Player of the Month award in June of 05, August of 06, and was a 3-time AL Player of the Week.
You know, when you start pulling out the players of the month and the week,
Yeah,
you know this guy is not...
It's not going to unlock you for very much.
anything.
But he is a name. I have heard this
Okay.
name. I believe he was an all-star.
So you said Rangers and then...
Cleveland.
to Cleveland, and then
And then to the Yankees.
to end his career. You said 05, he was top 5 in AL MVP voting, you
The
said?
dude, I would say, mashed for good, portion of baseball.
Well,
I think his nickname in baseball was, I think it was Kronk.
Kronk?
I think they nicknamed him Kronk. Jorge, what are you looking up there? What are you
I'm just
are you
looking
cheating?
at names.
Are you cheating? Yeah, he played on a really good Cleveland team when CeCe Sabathia was there, Cliff Lee was there, Grady Sizemore.
Yeah,
You remember
I'm
those?
tapped out, so.
Yeah.
Travis Hefner?
Travis Hafner. There you go. How'd you know? Were you cheating?
No, I was just so confused, and the only name that would come up in my head is Travis Hefner from the Cleveland Indians.
Yeah.
But I didn't know he ended up with the
Yankees.
Yankees.
The Yankees. Remember, it was the era of the Yankees just signing anybody who remotely was good, good at baseball, but also was above the age of 35.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what the Yankees' MO was. I don't know if he won a World Series with them. I might have. He might have won that 08 World or 09 World Series.
09?
09 World Series. All right. This is a strange one. They combined two people into this entry.
Like a tied for second?
Well, because they're twins.
Oh.
And there's your big first hint. Hockey players both stayed at home soil to play together at the University of North Dakota. They are both 3-time Olympians, 2 silvers, 1 gold, and they're both a part of helping the University of North Dakota reach the NCAA tournament for the first time in 2012. They're a pair of twin sisters in hockey.
I got no idea.
They did have the crowning moment in the gold medal game versus Canada in 2018, in which they tied the game at 2-2. One of the sisters tied the game at 2-2 in the third period, and then her sister scored the game-winning shootout goal in the gold medal match.
Now, I will say, I did watch that game. So, but I have no idea who this athlete or these athletes could
They
be.
retired in 2021 with a combined 14 world championships and 6 Olympic medals. I'm giving Jorge a little bit of time here.
I have no idea.
You're looking for the Lamoureux twins, Jocelyn and Monique Lamoureux. Lamoureux. I met their brother because their brother coached high school hockey in Bismarck, North Dakota for the Legacy High School Sabres hockey team. How about that? Mario Lamoureux. What a name.
Nice.
This one you could get.
Okay.
This one you can get. This athlete was born in Grand Forks, North Dakota in 1992. Legendary collegiate career.
Okay.
Playing for his father.
Playing for his father.
Drafted 11th overall by the Nuggets before being traded to the Bulls. Played for 7 teams in 11 years in his career and has a career 41.1% percentage from three-point range.
When was he drafted again?
14.
No. What year?
14.
Oh, 2014.
2014.
Okay. 2014. He played for his father.
He set a NCAA record at the time with 135 career games with 10-plus points, which has now been surpassed.
Okay. I was going to say Austin Rivers, but I don't think that's right.
Austin Rivers is not correct.
Yeah. Because he went to Duke.
Yeah. Krzyzewski can be his daddy.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So, yeah, double check. So you're saying he played for his father in college?
Yes.
Okay.
Is he still active?
I don't know.
Great.
Maybe. Let me check that.
Okay. I'm trying to think of like just father-son duos in college basketball history. 2014, he played in like.
Currently, is on the Kings.
Oh, so that's your team.
It's got to be Doug McDermott.
Doug McDermott is the name.
Nice.
Doug McDermott is who you got, playing for his dad at Creighton.
Ah, right.
What gave it away, Jorge?
That he was still active, like for the Kings.
That he was still active on the Kings because you thought of the Kings roster. Doug McDermott, I did not know he was born in Grand Forks in 92. I didn't know the McDermotts were hanging around in North Dakota during that time. Although I don't know what's his dad's name. Because he's still at Creighton, right? The coach?
I can search it up.
Anyways, senior year, Doug McDermott, first team All-American, National Player of the Year, and led the nation in points per game, pointers per 40-minute, whatever that was, and second in field goals made. I didn't know he was a National Player of the Year at Creighton.
Greg McDermott. Yeah. That was a good time, though, for college basketball.
Yeah, he had a great.
Dougie McDermott. Well, how far did that Creighton team go? And was it 14?
I don't know.
I think they had to be in the.
They were not in the Big East yet. I don't believe.
Yeah.
I don't think they were there yet. I think they were.
They might have gone round of 16.
Yeah.
Let me double check.
Creighton's one of those schools I always think.
Elite Eight, maybe.
Here's some other names for you that are born in North Dakota. Some good baseball. Darren Erstad. Remember him from the Angels, who beat the Giants? How about Matt Strahm, current high leverage reliever for the Phillies? Dalton Connect. Heard of him?
Dalton Connect.
How about this will throw you back. How about some like late 2000s Vikings Jim Kleinsasser for you?
Jeez.
Tight end for the Vikings. I love that name. North Dakota, the Peace Garden State. And there you go. And a population that is smaller than the county of Fresno. North Dakota.
The entire population, right?
Carson Wentz, I thought he was born in North Dakota. Carson Wentz is just born. He was born somewhere else and then was raised in
I was going
Bismarck.
to ask about that.
Yeah, he was raised in Bismarck, but he was not born in Bismarck. He was born elsewhere. I think he's somewhere. Hold on, let me see. Do I have enough time? Carson Wentz was born in North Carolina. That's right. Then his parents moved to North Dakota.
Gotcha.
All right, guys. That was all right. You guys are, you fended off.
Yeah,
We don't know our hockey.
Yeah, the hockey got us.
Hey, any sports is on the table here.
Connecticut
today.
might
Connecticut
have to be
today.
Our comeback.
That might be tough. That one's
Oh, no.
That one looks tough. All right, we'll be right back with more Behind the Bench after this.
Giants baseball is here.
Chapman, it's a drive out to left center field. At the wall, it is gone!
Your home for Giants baseball lives on 1430 ESPN Fresno.
Double play! And the inning is over.
Catch all the action home and away on the Central Valley sports leader, Giants baseball. Brought to you by Patrick James, Pioneer Equipment, Der Manuel Insurance, Ed Dinas, and Thiessen Duker.
Warmer days and special occasions are on the way. Is your wardrobe ready? Jones Cleaning Center has you covered. Fast, reliable, and hassle-free. Use Fresno's only 24-hour self-service pickup and drop-off drive-thru. Drop off by 9 a.m. and enjoy same-day service at no extra cost. From suits to sundresses and comforters to table linens, they'll get it all fresh and ready. Jones Cleaning Center, Fresno's top dry cleaning and laundry service for over 55 years. On Palm, just north of Herndon in Fresno, or online at jonescleaning.com.
I know how important some of this equipment for the farmers is. Without it, they can't get the job done.
That's Bob Aguirre, Service Manager at Pioneer Equipment Company.
My philosophy is get the tractor in and get it out as fast as I can. It's not supposed to be in the shop. It's supposed to be out in the field working.
Pioneer provides quality service for Kubota, Land Pride, and Nelson Equipment. Stop by and say hi at our Fresno or Reedley locations, and we'll get your equipment serviced right away.
This is a family-oriented business. It's been great working for Pioneer Equipment.
Visit PioneerEquipmentCA.com.
As of today, the 30% federal solar tax credit is still available for homeowners looking to save energy and money, but it's scheduled to be phased out on December 31st, 2025. The time to call Donald P. Dick is now, 255-1644. Let Mr. Cool show you how to drive down the cost of home energy. The deadlines for installing solar and taking advantage of the tax credits are December 31st. Call Mr. Cool at 255-1644.
No matter the time, morning, noon, or night, Black Bear Diner in Fresno has you covered. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner served all day just the way you like it. At Black Bear Diner in Fresno, you can count on them serving up hearty portions that satisfy even the hungriest appetites. Plus, the little Cubs can enjoy their brand new Cubs Corner too. So gather your family and friends, bring your appetite, and make it a meal to remember at Black Bear Diner in Fresno, corner of Shaw and Martin. Black Bear Diner.
Welcome to the 65th anniversary celebration at Fashion Furniture, where you'll find the best names like Flex Steel, Bassett, Michael Nicholas, Tempur-Pedic, Serta, and so much more. Savings up to 40% with 0% financing. And with every sale, Fashion Furniture will donate to Central Valley Honor Flight. Help us celebrate 65 years and help send a veteran to Washington. The Fashion Furniture 65th anniversary celebration. There's nothing like it in all of California.
At FFB, we know behind every business is a person. That's why we're more than a bank. We're a partner, a farming-focused bank for hard workers, a future-forward bank for big dreamers, and a family-friendly bank for the next generation of owners. From first ideas to major milestones, we're here to help you chase your goals and score big. So what can FFB mean for your business? Find out at ffb.bank. That's ffb.bank. FFB Bank. Let's win together.
I know how important some of this equipment for the farmers is. Without it, they can't get the job done.
That's Bob Aguirre, service manager at Pioneer Equipment Company.
My philosophy is get the tractor in and get it out as fast as I can. It's not supposed to be in the shop. It's supposed to be out in the field working.
Pioneer provides quality service for Kubota, Land Pride, and Nelson Equipment. Stop by and say hi at our Fresno or Reedley locations, and we'll get your equipment serviced right away.
This is a family-oriented business. It's been great working for Pioneer Equipment.
Visit pioneerequipmentca.com.
You're listening to the home of the San Francisco Giants, KFIG Fresno, 1430 ESPN.
I'm Nick DeLucas. Surgery for Jordan Love. Packers QB having a minor procedure to repair a torn ligament in his left thumb. Suffered the injury taking a sack in Green Bay's preseason opener against the Jets. GM Brian Gutekunst called it a little procedure and that Love won't miss any regular season time. Missed a couple games last year after suffering a Week 1 MCL injury. Malik Willis expected to get the bulk of first-team reps for Green Bay with Love out. Jets quarterback Tyrod Taylor having arthroscopic knee surgery and will miss the remainder of the preseason. Head coach Aaron Glenn saying the team expects him to be available behind Justin Fields Week 1 against the Steelers. Another tough break for Rondale Moore. Vikings receiver suffered a season-ending knee injury in the preseason opener against the Texans. Will miss a full season for the second consecutive year. Did not play in 2024 because of a dislocated knee that he suffered in camp with the Falcons. He signed a one-year contract with the Vikings this offseason. Was in line to be the team's punt returner and potential number 4 wide receiver. In baseball, the Reds and Phillies in Cincinnati. Philly has won 7 of 8 after taking the opener last night. Reds 2 games behind the Mets for the final wild card spot in the National League. Ranger Suarez on the mound for the Phils. Trying to bounce back, gave up 5 earned in his last start against the Orioles, second highest total this season. Brady Singer going for the Reds, been boom or bust in his last few outings. Nothing in the top of the third. Phillies minus 1.5 on the run line at plus 150 on ESPN Bet.
Hey, it's your resident Super Bowl champ, Chris Candy. Coming on Wednesday, I'll tell you which Steeler is facing the most pressure heading into 2025, Mike Tomlin or Aaron Rodgers. It's Unsportsmanlike, 6 a.m. Eastern, right here on ESPN Radio, ESPN2, and ESPNU.
He's got the knowledge.
Because once again, I have to come on there and talk about how right I am once again. In anything that it comes to sports.
He's got the questions.
I'm going to lose it. Are you kidding me? What are we doing here?
He's got the guests.
20th head coach in Fresno State history here, man. It's is it hard to believe sometimes still the 20th head coach here in program history?
It's all moved really quickly here over the course of the last 5-6 weeks. But super excited to be here.
Phil Bonatti is the voice for the Central Valley sports leader. Behind the Bench starts now. Brought to you by Helena Agri.
That's right. Behind the Bench here on 1430 ESPN Fresno, the Valley's local sports leader. here on this Tuesday, hour number 2 of our show as we go up to 6 o'clock today. And we're excited to get into some fantasy football. Fantasy football, guys, it is taking over. It is taking over this month. A lot of people getting their things ready, getting their drafts ready. Some people have done their drafts. Some people have not. Some people are waiting. Some people don't even know what I'm talking about. But that's fine. You're listening to a sports channel. If you're not into that, I don't know what you're doing here. Hey, maybe we enlighten you. That's what we do. Anyways, we're here, and I want to get into some fantasy football talk because I think fantasy football is one of my 5 favorite things that I do in sports. One of my top 5 things of pastimes, I would say. Bleep talking to all my friends about everything that's going to go on in that week, and usually and probably always I'm right in any sense of the terms. Go look at the trophy. Johnny Bravo knows. Anyways, I'm excited to get into fantasy football again this year, and so what I want to do is do some Phil's fantasy advice segments here. And so what we got, we're going to do some positions by position here, and I'll just do it strategically. We're going to get into quarterbacks and receivers today when it comes to talking about the position in fantasy football. And so what I want to do, and we're going to have Jorge and Tanvir participate in this as we all look at these lists and everything like that and the rankings and what it matters. We're going to talk about 4 different names that we all firmly believe in. We could agree with them. We could have some differential topics as well as far as that's concerned. I have 4 different distinctions here. We're going to have a distinction of overhyped player, an underhyped player, a player labeled as the gotta have them player, and the bargain bin player, where you feel like in the bargain bin you'll get a good value when you're going and searching. So guys, we'll start with the quarterback position here. We'll see how long this goes. It could be a 2-segment conversation here, but I want to have fun with this. First of all, do you guys understand what I'm kind of like looking to do here in this segment? I know I explained it a little bit before, but do you guys got an idea of what I'm trying to do here?
For sure. Yeah. I got it.
Cool. And we all have different philosophies of what kind of quarterbacks we look for, what kind of wide receivers. And I like the idea of talking about these 2 positions today because the marriage of these 2 positions, if you're looking at the fantasy football side, feels like it is one within the other because of how complementary these 2 positions can be to each other, especially when quarterbacks throw the football to a wide receiver. You could double up on some points. You could stack things as far as that's concerned with the points are concerned. One of my favorite things to do when it comes to that. So let's talk about it. And I think we start with some overhyped guys in this side. Are we ready to get spicy here to start?
Why not?
Overhyped quarterbacks. Let's talk about it. And I'm going to go right for the jugular here in overhyped quarterbacks. I think my number 1 pick in overhype, based off of rankings of where I'm looking at, to me is Patrick Mahomes. I think Patrick Mahomes has actually been in this distinction for the last couple of years. His considerable drop-off over the last few years, at least statistically, and what he's been able to produce. I don't find value there because of just the amount of the lack of firepower this Chiefs offense has, where it is just simply finding ways to win as opposed to the dynamic nature of the big playability. I have not seen big playability from this Chiefs team in quite some time. I feel like people understand how great Patrick Mahomes is, and yes, him in the clutch in itself is good. He is a good quarterback for winning in the league. I don't think he is as good of a fantasy quarterback as he may have been in before. Maybe he hasn't even been a good fantasy quarterback all in all. I don't think I've won a league and had Patrick Mahomes as my quarterback. He is 6th overall in the QB rankings right now, and to me, I don't even know if I can believe he's a top 10 fantasy quarterback in football right now. I think Patrick Mahomes, I'm going for it, my overhyped guy.
Yeah, so it's funny because I actually also had Patrick Mahomes as my overhyped guy. Just due to the fact that in terms of quarterbacks, you always want, especially in like 4-point per passing touchdown leagues, you always want to have a dual threat rushing ability. And Mahomes is kind of in that second tier of quarterbacks in terms of rushing. He doesn't rush as much these days. He's more of a pocket passer, looking at the defense, what the defense gives him, and then running based off of necessity. But another guy that I think might be a little bit overhyped in terms of fantasy football is Baker Mayfield. I think Baker is in an amazing offense, but I think a lot of people actually overrate his dual threat ability. The guy for me was in like the 4th tier of dual threat, and yes, he is without Chris Godwin this year. So I think combining that, I still think the Buccaneers will be a very good team, and I think Baker will be very good at the quarterback position. But for fantasy football purposes, I think I'm going to put him in the overhyped category. I think he'll still be good, but it depends on the round you get him.
Baker's interesting. I have an affinity for Baker. I actually really thought Baker.
No, I love Baker,
I
too.
think Baker was like top 5 MVP guy last year for me. Even, dare I say top 3? I think.
Which will be a little funny in a segment later on.
Yeah,
that we
right.
talk about.
Which will be interesting. But I think Baker's got a lot to work with, and so maybe it's just one of those things of like he just his body of work and where he's come from. It's hard to trust, but it was a really awesome year of Baker Mayfield last year.
Yeah.
It's hard to repeat. Jorge, you got an overhyped guy in quarterback?
Oh yeah, I got this guy who kind of won last year, but it was mainly because of his defense. Jalen Hurts.
Jalen Hurts.
Yeah,
Wow.
I feel like he's a little bit overhyped. I think he's played well, but I feel like a lot of his success hasn't really been, or a lot of the team's success hasn't really been
Interesting. I see where you're going, but I do think the upside of his just ability to get goal line touchdowns is just simply too hard to ignore in that sense.
Well, I feel like him and Mahomes are kind of like in the same boat.
Okay.
I feel like I see you grinding, but no.
I mean, it's your take, bro.
Yeah. You're on an island.
I feel like I know that he feels like a younger Mahomes. Like when Mahomes first started, but I feel like he benefits from having a really good team. His team now it's a little bit different, so we'll see him. I feel like we'll see him struggle this year.
I wonder if because I think I could understand overhype in just a sense of like him as a quarterback, but in a fantasy side, I think it's a different conversation. I think there is a floor that is just not there for Jalen Hurts as opposed to other guys. I feel like the floor is so much higher for Jalen Hurts when it comes to fantasy football wise. That's just simply where I sit with Jalen Hurts, but I get it.
Agreed.
People believe that. Underhyped. People are gonna roast me over the coals. I think Dak Prescott is going to have a resurgent year. I think he's at 13 right now. I think Dak Prescott is a respectable fantasy quarterback that I think can find a way to be a top 10, if not like top 8 quarterback. I could be convinced where he would jump in those rankings. I think he's worth the risk because sometimes when he comes off these injuries, he has some really good seasons. They've added to that offense, in my opinion. I don't think they've taken away from that offense. And so I could be convinced that Dallas's Dak Prescott can find a way to be a productive quarterback in this way. He does have some legs and ability to run. I would be interested in Dak Prescott this season if I'm a person who's building a roster. I think he's got a little bit too much of the cowboy hate / just recency bias in terms of what I think he was a terrible quarterback last year. I think he gets too knocked around, but I think Dak Prescott's underhyped in my opinion.
Yeah, I said a weird take last time, like last week, and I'm going to double down on it. I think Bo Nix is underhyped in terms of fantasy
He's
value.
7 overall on ESPN.
Huh?
Yeah,
Excuse me?
He's 7 overall on ESPN.
And
Is still underhyped.
I think he'll be top 5 this year.
Wow.
I think that the guy has a new offense around him with Evan Ingram there. I think his rushing ability is very undervalued. I know that he's ranked 7th maybe in the ESPN rankings, but I've seen him go much later than guys like Kyler Murray, much later than guys like Brock Purdy, even though I'm a big Brock Purdy guy. I sometimes even see him going below a guy like Justin Herbert. And I think that Bo Nix really has the upside with the players around him combined with the coaching and the rushing upside to really have a really good fantasy season this year. So if you're wanting to wait a little bit, because I know some leagues will start drafting quarterbacks, especially inexperienced leagues will start drafting quarterbacks very early, which I personally don't like unless you're going for like the top 3 guys. I think Bo Nix at 7 could be a very big value for a possible top 5 upside.
You could see him being below his draft position as well. I don't think people quite are on the. He could slide. He could slide if people aren't paying attention to it. I could see value. I could see value if he goes like 5 picks after his value, where people have him averaged on the the ADP as far as that's concerned. Jorge, who's an underhyped person for you?
Let me turn myself on. Jared Goff.
Jared Goff.
I feel like he's, done good things and have played well, especially being in a team like Detroit. It feels like nobody's looking at him.
The weapons.
It feels like he's playing the really good games and putting up stats, and everybody's just like, oh. They have a good defense.
I'll concur with this, right? Because I think Jared Goff is a guy who it feels like he's not going to have one of those blow-up games that really just destroys your week. He can be a 10-15 automatic out of the quarterback position, and you can count on that to be the floor of his game as well. There are not many duds when it comes to Detroit's offensive production. So in that sense, I could be convinced that Jared Goff would be a guy I'd be like, all right, you know what? At least I know I'm there, and I'm going to spend higher on some other stuff like that. So I could see the logic there.
He's 17 on the list, I think, or something like that.
Yeah, I got 17. I got 16 here on the list. Gotta have him. For me, that's Jalen Hurts. I think Jalen Hurts is I have to have him if he's there for me to be available. I think, like I said, I think the floor is higher than anybody else's in terms of the if he has a dud week, at least there's some opportunity for him to score in 2 different facets of the game, simply because of what the Eagles have when it gets into short yardage situation. I don't think he gets hurt quite as much as these other guys that are at the top. I worry, even though Josh Allen is a guy who barely ever gets hurt. But of all the guys, I trust Jalen Hurts to have the most production week in and week out. I think if I look at the top of the side of things, I know Lamar has crazy upside. Josh Allen, fantastic. Jaden Daniels, sophomore slump is something I always think about. Jalen Hurts is the guy I would have as the gotta have him, in my opinion.
Yeah, my gotta have him is Lamar Jackson. He had one of the most elite seasons in fantasy football last year. He finished with 16 top 12 performances, and I don't see anything happening to where that's going to come down. He has the baseline with being the best dual threat quarterback in the league, and I know some people may not see this. He is shockingly a very good passer, very efficient passer. I think he scored 40-something pass TDs last year. The guy is a high touchdown, high rushing ability guy with the team around him. He's going a little early in my opinion for me, but I think if there's a quarterback in fantasy football that you believe that you need to have and you want to spend an early pick on him, Lamar is that guy for me.
Lamar's good. Lamar is, but I worry the injury worry. That's just where I'm at with it. It's every other year with the guy.
Me personally, I think I prefer Lamar over Jalen just because of the system.
Yeah, but I get it. It's crazy. He can go crazy nuclear.
Right.
Yeah, but I totally understand. Jorge, what about you? Who's a guy you have to have?
Sam Darnold.
Oh.
No, I'm kidding. No, definitely Josh Allen.
Josh Allen's a good one.
Josh Allen's the number 1 guy. He's gonna give you the most points, and quite frankly, if you have him, every week he's gonna pretty much, unless he's injured, he's gonna do well. And
he hasn't been injured, like I said before. Has he missed games for injury since he came on strong after his rookie year?
Not really.
Like from his sophomore year to now. Like I think Josh Allen is barely missing football games in my opinion. So he's great. I think there's also the just I love having a guy I can just plug and play for 17 games. That's it. Not have to worry about it. Anything else on Josh? Or are you good? Yeah.
I mean, what else can I say? He's MVP.
Set it for you. All right, bargain bin guys. These are the guys you're diving in here. I had a couple names in my head. I could go for a fun one, or I could go for a gutsier one. But I think I'm gonna go into the bargain bin for Trevor Lawrence. I think I'm gonna dive in there. He's 20th overall. with Jacksonville. I think there's still some pieces in Jacksonville. I wonder what boost Liam Cohen's going to provide when Baker had his best season he's ever had as a quarterback. I'm curious if that translates to finally being a quarterback whisperer for Trevor Lawrence, who the season was just completely derailed by inept coaching decisions from the Jacksonville Jaguars spot. I think that roster's better than people think. I think they've got better pieces than I think people are giving them credit for. And I wonder if Trevor Lawrence's progression, even though it's been disappointing after the last few years, despite even the playoff appearance, I do feel like I have a belief that there's something in there with Trevor Lawrence going into this season. So if I had to have my drubbins about it, I feel like I could get a nice price or a late pick with Trevor.
And Liam Cohen is there, the guy who was the offensive coordinator for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers last season.
That's exactly it.
He can translate that with Travis Etienne and company there, too, for sure.
Yeah.
I like that pick. My bargain is J.J. McCarthy.
Mm-hmm.
J.J. McCarthy is currently the 18th ranked quarterback on ESPN Fantasy right now. And if you look at last season, Sam Darnold was the number 9 overall quarterback in fantasy football last season. I think J.J. McCarthy has the ability to shock a lot of people and be a lot better because of the players around him. When you have a guy like Justin Jefferson, and then you're going to get Jordan Addison back week 4 and beyond, Hawkinson at tight end, and I think they pass the ball a lot. They're one of the top 8 passing offenses in football. So I think all of that combined, you have a very good roster. I know he's a young quarterback, but I think you can trust JJ because of the players around him and the system that Kevin O'Connell is going to implement. Plus, Jordan Mason and Aaron Jones are 2 good running backs that they can rely on that can still pass the ball, or catch the ball, I should say. So J.J. McCarthy's my bargain.
That's a good one. Jorge, who's in the bargain bin?
I feel like Russell Wilson.
Russell Wilson.
Russell Wilson.
I'm actually intrigued by this.
If he plays, I mean, if he gets a starting job, I mean that should make him a real bargain bin, because honestly, not a lot of people have confidence in him. But I feel like he could put up some numbers. He could get some numbers out there.
I feel like you could get him for $1, and that would be like, I think he'd be a perfect backup quarterback. Just who knows?
My only concern with Russ is the Jackson Dart part of it, and I think that if it starts to slide a little bit, I think Jackson Dart could take him over real quick. But Russ, in terms of like being a fill-in starter, is actually pretty good in my opinion, as like a bargain.
Yeah, I'm trying to wonder, like, if you got like early bye week quarterbacks, like who are the bye weeks at like week 5? I'm trying to look as far as that's concerned. Let me see. So like, let's say your starting quarterback is Jordan Love, and Jordan Love has a week 5 bye,
which I think would be a terrible pick.
I mean, you have your.
I honestly don't think he's going to play the first.
How about
few
C.J.
games.
Stroud for the Texans week 6? And
right.
so you could have Wilson as your week 6 starter because you could feel confident he's early enough there. That could be a combo kind of quarterback situation I'd be interested in. J.J. McCarthy's week 6 as well. Lamar week 7, I could even convince that Lamar with a Russ Wilson backup situation you could convince yourself there. Right. I think that's a decent one. I think one I could also point out, but I feel like he's not going to be bargaining because I feel like people are just going to be interested in rookie quarterback Cam Ward. I could, if there's a certain situation where he slides past where he's at, I'd be interested in seeing what he has a backup situation. Maybe there's a Jaden Daniels upside. It could be.
Yeah.
As far as that's concerned. Sam Darnold was another one I was going to point out as far as a bargain bin guy, because I'm kind of hyped on the Seahawks offense a little bit based off of the weapons they have. I forget what they have as far as the pieces are concerned, and there's some interesting situations. All right, we don't have time to get to the wide receiver, so we're going to do that in the next segment, and we'll continue this fantasy conversation next on 1430 ESPN.
Listen to your Fresno Grizzlies on ESPN Radio. That's right. Select games will be on 1430 and 790 ESPN Radio, your local sports leader. The Fresno Grizzlies at Chukchansi Park are always entertaining. Now hear them compete on the radio. Spending your time at the ballpark with the family is always a great time, so be sure to check out as many home games as you can this season. Check out 1430ESPNFresno.com for game times and more. And keep it right here on 1430 ESPN Radio, your local sports leader.
Are you a business owner struggling to understand how cloud technology can help your business? Are you in need of computer and technology support for your employees? M-Cubed Technologies is your solution for fully managed IT services. 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. M-Cubed will be your partner in the digital world, allowing your business to carry on worry-free. We specialize in cloud hosting, Microsoft 365 management, general IT support, and VoIP phone services. Call M-Cubed Technologies today to discuss our partnerships.
Prices on steel and materials are going up, but at Pacific Steel Supply, they're still delivering the best deals in the industry. Whether it's residential, commercial, industrial, or ag projects, Pacific Steel Supply will match or beat any competitor's price by an extra 10% on top quality steel, metal roofing, and components. With 24/7 service, fast delivery, and the best prices, the time to act is now. Get your free quote today from Pacific Steel Supply in Fresno, Ashland, and Parkway off Highway 99 or online at pacificsteelsupply.com.
Hi, I'm Jim Schaefer with Helena Agri Enterprises. At Helena, we lead with agronomy, and crop health plays a crucial role in maximizing production. You can visit helenaagri.com to find your local Helena retailer and learn more about Helena's products and solutions. Summer temperatures and droughty conditions are rapidly approaching in the Central Valley, which isn't ideal for farming. These environmental stresses can impact yields significantly, so how do we fight against this? At Helena, we have a product called Megafol. Megafol contains a precision blend of plant extracts that improves crop vitality and helps defend against environmental stressors like heat and drought. So how does it work? Simply put, the plant extracts in Megafol upregulate genes that produce specific proteins in the crop. More of these proteins means the crop can function at a higher level under stress conditions and less energy is spent on recovery. At Helena, we lead with agronomy, and crop health plays a crucial role in maximizing production. You can visit helenaagri.com to find your local Helena retailer and learn more about Helena's products and solutions.
Roger Dunn has the new Callaway Paradigm AI smoke drivers to take your game to the next level. State-of-the-art technology. They've created the most advanced driver face in the history of Callaway Golf. The AI Smart Face is designed to create a sweet spot, and not just the center, but all over the face. AI smoke drivers, fairway irons, and putters. The AI Smoke Driver, it's sweeter from every spot. Paradigm AI Smoke Drivers. Remember, you're always number one at Roger Dunn.
Hey, it's Phil Bonatti from Behind the Bench for my friends at Valley Athletics, the new go-to sports facility in the Central Valley. Founded by Valley legend Vance Wahlberg and former Bulldog volleyball coach Jonathan Winder. Valley Athletics allows athletes to really shine at volleyball, basketball, and pickleball. Visit valleyathletics.co right now to learn more about enrolling in our current volleyball and basketball offerings that include league play. That's valleyathletics.co. Proud sponsors of high school athletics.
Whether you're planning a special event or simply craving something new, Lynn's Restaurant Group has a variety of dining options to suit any occasion. If you're in the mood for fine dining, Oiza offers a refined Japanese experience. Looking for something quick and delicious? Ramen Hayashi serves up satisfying bowls of ramen in no time. Craving variety? Lynn's Fusion has an endless all-you-can-eat experience with options for everyone. No matter the occasion, Lynn's Restaurant Group makes every meal memorable. Visit lynn'srestaurantgroup.com to learn more.
Welcome back to Behind the Bench here on 1430 ESPN, Fresno Valley's local sports leader here on this Tuesday afternoon. Real quick, before we move off the quarterback position real quick, is there any guys we didn't mention that you guys want to mention before we get to the wide receivers? Anybody that still stands out? I know we were talking about it in the break.
I think Brock Purdy, I think, could be a pretty good option this year. I think offensively, if his weapons stay healthy, the guy has some really good stats to back up a good fantasy performance. So Brock is there. Drake May, you were alluding to.
Yes.
So I'll let you have that one.
Drake May, I mean, let me tell you, if he's performing like he plays in my Madden franchise right now, I mean, then we're going to be in a good spot.
Okay.
But he has a knack for getting into the end zone with his legs. He showed it on Thursday in the preseason game last week. I think there's some real positivity going into it, but I do also worry a sophomore slumps of quarterbacks. So even though I love Drake May and want everything for the best of them. 2 second-year quarterback who's been starting the year before, I'd still be hesitant. I think that's always my number one rule when it comes to fantasy. I don't care how good your rookie year was. I will not be drafting you your second year because I just wonder if the NFL catches up to it. You got to be special talent to make it happen for me. So that's one of my avoidable. Do you guys have any avoidable rules? Do you have your big rule? At least when it comes to quarterback, you have a rule.
Not really, no.
That's to me. It's like I can't do second year quarterbacks. What about you, Tanvir?
Actually, second year players in general have better fantasy outputs than rookies.
Mm-hmm.
I think generally speaking, though, when you are talking about the players, the players do regress a little bit. I just look at, like, if you're not a dual threat quarterback, you gotta be in an elite offensive system that passes the ball a lot. So a guy like Joe Burrow,
yeah.
So that type of offense. But yeah, otherwise I always go for dual threat guys.
Okay, I'm gonna spice up this segment just a little bit.
Wait, I can't say my quarterback.
Oh yeah, go ahead. I thought you said you were. Oh yeah, the one we didn't talk about. Go ahead.
I'm gonna go with Matthew Stafford.
Yeah, well, we're worried. We're worried about Stafford.
If he's not there, then Jimmy G.
Jimmy G.
You drafted Jimmy G this year?
Tell them who has the best team right now. Like,
yeah,
you know,
the Rams.
He's got to come up with some points.
The Rams will win with patchwork WD-40 and glue to put their performances together. Hey, but you never know. We could get Flynn days. We could get a Matt Flynn fantasy up once in a while.
That'll be crazy.
Some people don't know even what I'm talking.
I do wish if Matthew Stafford's there, I'll take Matthew Stafford.
I'm going to spice up this segment because I need a little juice here. It's been too long. It's been way too long. And I know the Bonatti Blitz is coming in like a couple weeks, but I miss this music, and we're in the NFL season. All right. We're going to do wide receivers fantasy-wise, and we're just going to have this music playing in the background because it hypes me up. Overhyped wide receiver. I'll go first again. Give me Malik Nabers. Just simply do not trust anything with the New York Giants. I wonder with the quarterback carousel, things can happen for this offense that is creating inconsistencies. I just need to see it to believe it. I know he was fantastic last year and had awesome outputs. I wonder if he does have an injury distinction to begin this year. I always wonder if that's going to linger as far as that's concerned. I never trust the turf at MetLife to have anybody stay healthy throughout the year. I'd be wary about it. I think Malik Nabers is a name that, even though he is as legit of a talent as he can be, I cannot trust that situation as good as others. So Malik Nabers.
All right, yeah.
Plus stacking ability, I don't feel like it's there.
I can hear you out for sure. My overvalued receiver, it's Tyreek Hill for the Miami Dolphins. He's not in his prime any longer, and I think last year was the real start of a decline for Tyreek Hill in terms of fantasy production. And now he's 31 years old, coming off of a wrist surgery. He set career lows in so many different categories, lows in yards per route run, lows in yak per reception, and he was completely unstable without Tua in the lineup. But even with Tua, he wasn't that good. And I think Jalen Waddle, on the other hand, is actually in line for a pretty big year. I've heard a lot of positive things about Jalen Waddle coming out of camp and a lot of negative things coming out about Tyreek Hill coming out of Dolphins camp. Jalen Waddle being one of the only positives coming out of Dolphins camp, which has a lot of negatives. So Tyreek Hill for me is my overvalued wide receiver.
What about you, Jorge?
Oh, I'm going to take CeeDee Lamb.
Yeah?
I feel like, and it's not, he's declining a little bit. I feel like, he's not as fast as he used to be. I mean, he still has hands, don't get me wrong. But I just feel like Dallas isn't putting up the production that they should with him. I feel like he should be used more. And I think that's what's, holding him back from having a better career.
Yeah.
That's my opinion.
Okay. All right. Underhyped names in terms of that with the wide receiver position. I'll go first. And call me crazy. There's only 3 wide receivers that had more points total than this guy I'm going to go Brian Thomas Jr. of the Jaguars here, especially with what Liam Cohen coming over and trusting his system. Only 3 guys had more total points the entire year than Brian Thomas did. That was Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, Amon-Ra St. Brown. I think Brian Thomas has a chance to not only be obviously still locked into the top 10, but he can be a top 5 guy really legitimately for the Jaguars there. He is a second-year guy. I get it. But I think second-year rules only apply to my quarterback theory. I really like what Brian Thomas can present, and I think he could have a legit, even bigger breakout opportunity for this Jaguars team. I go him as my underhyped player.
Yeah, so my underhyped player, it's going to be Jameson Williams of the Detroit Lions. I mean, it might feel like I'm cheating a little bit here because he was top 20 last year.
Yeah.
But he is one of the only receivers with 58 catches, just over 1,000 receiving yards. He had 17.3 yards per catch. And in terms of fantasy production, he was one of only 4 receivers with 4+ games of 20 or more fantasy points. That's with Jamar Chase, Brian Thomas Jr., and Mike Evans. So I think J-Mo has a role carved out for him. And if he can get a lot more target share this year, obviously with a new offensive coordinator coming in, we don't know how that's going to look. But I think the explosiveness is just too good to look at. And then if you look at his ranking right now, he's ranked number 30 in terms of wide receiver rankings on ESPN. I think this is a guy that you can take a shot on a little bit in like the 5th or 6th, 7th round draft area.
All right, what about for you? Underhyped. Who's not getting as much hype?
I'm going to pick a local guy, Xavier Worthy.
Xavier Worthy. All right.
I feel like he did a great job at the Super Bowl and last season overall. But he's still not getting the lights that, others are getting.
He's going to get a lot of looks with Rice out, right?
Yeah.
Rice.
Now, I think now he's his time to shine. I think now it's his time for him to put up some good numbers and, get those fantasy points up.
All right. That's a good pick. I like it. Gotta have him. To me, I toiled around this one. I had a little bit of a tough time picking this one because I was between a few. I know there's the slam dunk number 1 guy, but I feel like that's just like too easy as far as that's concerned. I think for me, I'm going to trust that he is impervious to whatever quarterback will be thrown at him if the situation gets worse. I think Puka Nacua is a guy I have to have in my fantasy team, just purely on the value of it, purely on the volume of it, and purely on the game plan and scheming that McVay does, especially with the pre-snap motion and the wide receivers. He does it more than anybody. That gets these guys open. I think with a legitimate, I think they upgraded on the other side with Devontae Adams there, and so I think Puka, as good as he is, can get even a little bit more of an opening per se as far as a wide receiver is concerned. I think I got to have Puka just based off of McVay is the guy running things. So give me Puka Nacua here.
Okay, nice. For me, this is the gotta have him, right?
Yep.
My gotta have him. It's a guy that I picked this year in my first round with my 11th pick, Nico Collins of the Houston Texans. Collins did miss some time last year with a hamstring injury, but when he was on the field, it was business as usual. The guy was C.J. Stroud's number 1 wide receiver, and now no Stephon Diggs. You have a Christian Kirk and Jaden Higgins, who's a rookie, as the 2 and the 3. The amount of targets this guy is going to get is going to be godly. Without his injury, he was projected to go to 1,400 yards and 10 touchdowns, and that is elite output for fantasy football. So give me Nico Collins. They have a really good quarterback situation. The offensive line does scare me a little bit, but with the amount of touches that he's going to get, he is one of the few guys that I think can truly finish as the number 1 wide receiver in fantasy football this year.
All right, I like it. Who do you got to have, Jorge?
He's the guy to have him, right?
Yes.
You have to have him.
Got to have him.
Jamar Chase.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
You got to have him. Like, if it's available, you go ahead and get him.
If you get blessed with the number 1 overall pick, yes.
If he's available, sometimes, hey, you could get him, and you could be the 3rd or 4th, and he's still available. I'll take him. He's going to give you the points, and he's going to perform week to week. That's almost guaranteed.
All right.
About Jamar real quick. the guy has he's the only player I think that has an amazing quarterback combined with a high pass percentage and elite amount of target percentage. So he is going to be the number one player in fantasy football if nothing goes wrong this year.
I dig it. I mean, I've won fantasy championship with Jamar Chase. So I remember it was a magical run with his rookie season when nobody wanted him after his god-awful preseason. I remember those days. Everybody's clamoring for him now. Go figure. The bargain bin. Give me Adam Thielen. Adam Thielen for Carolina. I like what Carolina's building in the wide receiver core with Tech McMillan coming in as the rookie. Xavier Legette, second-year guy who I think still has some potential. I think Adam Thielen had a pretty solid season down the stretch. I thought he had some momentum going into it. I worry about injury concerns, but I think I'm soft buying this Carolina offense a little bit here. I think there's some juice here with this team. I really hope Bryce Young takes another step forward because I do think Carolina has some value if you're really going in the bargain bin. I think Adam Thielen, veteran guy, been there, done that. I think he could be set up for a guy who hides behind the number one and finds a way to get some production. I could see him in a situation where he could sit on my bench and I'd be interested. So there's my bargain bin.
Nice pick. My bargain pick it's weird because I picked Baker as my overhyped, but that was mainly because of his lack of running quality that people think that he has. Emeka Egbuka is my bargain. It's difficult to kind of project a lot of targets for this guy if Mike Evans and Chris Godwin are both healthy. But Godwin, he's dealing with a really bad ankle injury, and I don't think he's going to be there he's definitely not going to be there for the start of the season.
Yeah.
And even if he is back, I don't know how much impact he will have. Emeka Egbuka was a dominant receiver at Ohio State. He's a rookie, and then also you have Mike Evans, who is 32, and he's dealing with hamstring issues from last season. The depth chart is the one caveat, but I think Emeka Egbuka, if he is the wide receiver 2 on this team, is going to get a boatload of touches from Baker Mayfield and a very good offense and a lot of touchdown upside. So Emeka Egbuka is my bargain.
Certainly a lot of potential there. Jorge, who's in your bargain bin?
Bargain, someone that could give me some points, and kind of doesn't cost me that much, will be Juwan Jennings.
Juwan Jennings, I like it.
I think without Debo there, he's going to get a lot more targets. He does have a pretty decent quarterback, so, I mean, there's some points there.
Decent offensive.
And he's not expensive at all.
The guy was hitting 40-point games at parts of last season, so he has the upside to boom every week. So
yeah,
I like that pick.
That's a good pick. That's a good pick from Jorge there. All right, there's your wide receivers. Anybody we didn't name that you guys feel? I have a couple of names that we didn't talk about that I'd be interested in. I think Ladd McConkey's one. I'm pointing out here. He was kind of in my underhyped situation with number 11.
The Keenan Allen acquisition kind of cooled me on him, but he's in a very good system, so I like that pick.
JSN,
yes,
I'm hyped on JSN. I had JSN last year. He was a league winner for me last year when I had him because he was a late rounder, and I still don't think people really actually understand how good Jackson Smith-Njigba has been as far as a wide receiver is concerned. Seattle's got a good guy there. People overhype Garrett Wilson to me. That's just the name I want to throw out there. But I just sit there with the Jets. And maybe that's just me doing the Jets thing of I hate the Jets.
Justin Fields wide receivers have never done that.
I just don't buy any. I don't buy anything with Garrett Wilson. And Cortland Sutton was the name I was looking at.
Yep.
Cortland
Sutton is one of the guys that I thought was underhyped as well. Jalen Waddle, I think, is going to be he's got 20% target share on this team projected this year, and if Tua's healthy, I think that he'll get that, and he has explosive speed. He was the wide receiver 7 a couple years back, so I think if you can get Jalen Waddle in like the 5th, 6th round, that's a deal.
I paid way too much money for him last year. Just hated every bit of owning Jalen Waddle.
I feel like Devontae Adams is target.
Devontae Adams has upside. I mean, if things are going well for that Rams team, I could see Devontae getting opportunity.
You guys both stated like Rams wide receivers.
Yeah.
I'm off of that. I think Stafford is a good quarterback, obviously, but he has back issues, and it's leading into this part of the season where it's like it's getting close.
It's Jimmy G, bro. They're gonna have
Jimmy G. Can't pass the ball down the field more than 10 yards. And I
Jimmy
think
G
that
made Debo.
I mean, he's got rings, bro.
What a statement.
Yeah.
Any Drake London? Anybody?
Drake London I like a lot.
Anybody? Yeah, I'm trying to go down the list here.
My son Brown.
Nobody's buying Stephon Diggs stock.
That could be cool.
We'll see.
I like Kyle Williams a lot more.
DK in Pittsburgh.
I'm not buying any in Pittsburgh. I ain't buying. I'm staying the hell away from Pittsburgh. Zay Flowers?
No.
Intrigued? No?
Not
Nobody?
for me.
Jerry Jeudy for Cleveland.
Jerry Jeudy, his target share is nice, but the offense is. If Shedeur is starting, I think you could see a way
There's
that
a
Jerry
world.
Jeudy could turn into.
There's a world.
Yeah.
There's a world I could be like, because Jerry Jeudy, I had him for a few weeks, and that guy was.
Yeah, last year he was insane.
I had him. What was that big game? What was that Monday night game against Denver? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was nice. That was nice. All right, let's take a break. And when we come back, we'll close out hour number 2 here on 1430 ESPN.
At Citizens Business Bank, we've been taking a personal approach to banking for over 40 years and are consistently recognized as one of the top performing banks in the nation. Hi, I'm Susan Woosner, Senior Vice President and Manager of Citizens Business Bank in Fresno. We believe in the importance of building long-lasting and genuine relationships with our customers. We want to provide you with the solutions you need to grow your business because your success is our success. Citizens Business Bank, member FDIC.
Summer is here, and the hottest deals are at Valley Pure. For premium indoor house flower to tasty edibles, smooth vapes, must-have concentrates, and refreshing cannabis drinks, we've got everything you love at prices that keep you coming back for more. Stock up for your summer fun with unbeatable discounts across all Valley Pure locations. Whether you're looking to relax, celebrate, or spark up some good vibes in the sun, Valley Pure has the deals to keep the season rolling with easy online ordering and curbside pickup right from the app.
More fiber and laxatives, eh? Who are you? I'm Future You. Future me? Constipation with belly pain still coming back? Our doctor figured it out. It's irritable bowel syndrome with constipation, or IBS-C, and Linzess could help you get ahead of it.
Linzess linaclotide is a prescription medicine that treats IBS-C in adults. It's not a laxative. It's a once-daily pill that helps you get ahead of your symptoms. It's proven to help you have more frequent and complete bowel movements and helps relieve overall abdominal symptoms, belly pain, discomfort, and bloating. These symptoms were studied in combination, not individually. Do not give Linzess to children less than 2. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling. Talk to your doctor and say yes to Linzess. Learn more at linzess.com or call 1-800-LINZESS.
It was 106 degrees. The Johnsons were sweating, and their AC, dead silent. But 2 doors down, the Millers, cool and comfortable. Why? They called Lee's Air for a $99 AC maintenance before summer started. We catch problems before they catch you. Don't sweat the heat. Beat it. Lee's Air Plumbing and Heating. Fast, friendly, guaranteed. Call now or schedule at leesair.com.
Sports fans, whether you're gearing up for your next adventure or simply searching for the perfect ride, Ed Dina's Auto Center has you covered. Now, let's hear from the 2018 Mountain West champion, Marcus McMarion.
Hey, it's Marcus McMarion. At Ed Dina's Auto Center, they'll make car shopping as smooth as a game-winning play. Whether it's a truck, SUV, or the car of your dreams, their incredible team is here to guide you every step of the way. Ed Dina's Auto Center in Dinuba and now in Visalia off Mooney Boulevard. Online at eddinasautocenter.com.
The Central Valley Sports Leader has you covered for the local angle with the Central Valley Sports Report hosted by Paul Meadors. Paul is back for year 5 and is ready to give you the insight and knowledge of everything you need to know when it comes to high school sports. From the coaches and player interviews to the game recaps week by week, as well as talking with all the insiders that have the pulse when it comes to prep sports in the Central Valley. Central Valley Sports Report, airing 10 a.m. to noon, live from First String Sports every Saturday on 1430 ESPN Fresno.
It was 106 degrees. The Johnsons were sweating, and their AC, dead silent. But 2 doors down, the Millers, cool and comfortable. Why? They called Lee's Air for a $99 AC maintenance before summer started. We catch problems before they catch you. Don't sweat the heat. Beat it. Lee's Air Plumbing and Heating. Fast, friendly, Guaranteed. Call now or schedule at leesair.com.
Sports Leader, wrapping up hour number 2. Hope you enjoyed the fantasy conversation. Well, let me tell you, nothing eases our brain power than getting into some 50 states in 50 days trivia for our guys over there. Part 2 of 2. Guys, you ready for another tester? Man, North Dakota took you through the ringer a little bit. Hey, Travis after, Jorge. You got Travis after. Good on you. So, yeah. Your mic's not there.
Yeah, I got
Okay.
nothing.
All right. Connecticut. We ready for the? What do we know about Connecticut? The Constitution state. I'm assuming that's where the Constitution was written. Jesus, let me talk. Are you ready?
I believe you.
UConn's pretty good
UConn's good.
in certain sports.
Certainly. All right, your number 3 athlete born in the state of Connecticut. This is a person who's inducted into the Basketball Hall of Fame in 2017. One-time All-Star, the 1997 All-WNBA team, and has won a gold medal for 1996 U.S. Women's National Team, and also a captain for UConn back in the day. About a perfect 35-0 season, first national title for that UConn program. All-time leader in career double-doubles at UConn women's basketball history.
I'm going to guess Rebecca Lobo.
Rebecca Lobo is correct. Rebecca Lobo is correct, yes. Earning the NCAA Final Four's Most Outstanding Player Award. Number 50 jersey has been retired by UConn. Rebecca Lobo from the state of Connecticut.
I think people might think I was cheating there. No, I just have my notes. I took the laptop
Close the
down.
laptop. All right.
I was cheating.
You have been cheating the last couple of days, Jorge. I can tell. Jorge's like, I'm so done with this. I just want to be over. All right, your number 2 athlete is a 2-time Women's World Cup champ, a 2024 FIFA Women's Goalkeeper, or you're going to get it. Best FIFA Women's Goalkeeper. Tanvir's going to get this, I bet. 2024 USSF Female Athlete of the Year, and a gold medalist from Paris.
Alyssa Nair.
Alyssa Nair. Yeah, I kind of felt like that was the most obvious one there.
Mm-hmm.
All right. No easy hints for this one.
Okay.
We're going to baseball.
Jorge, it's on you.
All right. This is a 4-time MLB All-Star, 2-time Silver Slugger, a World Series champ, and an MVP of the World Series. Currently playing in baseball right now.
MVP.
MVP of the World Series?
Freddie Freeman.
Not Freddie Freeman. He has the second most career leadoff home runs in American League history, only behind the great Rickey Henderson.
Okay. AL. Lead off.
I have no. Why am I blanking? You said World Series champ.
World Series champ and won the MVP.
What year?
You said one-time World Series champ?
One-time World Series champ. He was drafted 11th overall by the Astros in 2011. After playing at UConn.
Okay.
He ranks in the top 5 all-time by Huskies in runs scored, triples, and hits. Surely that'll jog your trivia brains. So, Jorge, if he won a World Series and was drafted by the Astros.
Altuve is the only one that comes to mind, but I don't even
Yes,
think
famous Connecticut native Jose Altuve.
Okay.
No, I'm kidding.
Oh.
Absolutely kidding. I think Altuve is Venezuelan.
I'm blanking out.
Think of those Astros teams, Jorge.
Correa.
It's fine. We got time to kill. I'll say this: he's not playing for the Astros anymore.
Huh. Who was the MVP for that?
The World Series MVP. I hope you're not confusing that with MLB World MVP. Certainly not that.
Not sure.
Are you waving the white flag, Jorge?
I could just like list off Astros players that I think, but I don't imagine it would.
I think people forget he was an Astro.
Okay.
Because I think he's been on the Astros for a long time now.
He won it with the Astros.
Yeah. Why would, that was my hint. He drafted by the Astros. He won the World Series in 17. The trash can Stros.
The trash Stros.
And he won the World Series MVP in that very specific World Series where they beat the Dodgers.
I'm blanking.
Why is it not coming into my head? Like,
oh my goodness! All right, one more. See if I can come up with
Feed
another.
it to me. Feed it
He is
to me.
currently a Toronto Blue Jay. Come on. He is an all-star. I know that. 4-time all-star. This is a good player. This is a good player in Major League Baseball. All right, Jorge.
George Springer?
George Springer.
Let's go.
Yes. Why were you? Why did it take you so long to get there?
Because I forgot his name.
Okay.
Like, I knew.
You were scrolling on a list. I could tell.
Yeah.
And why did it take you forever to land there?
Because I didn't realize it was him until, like, the last clue.
What?
I have a built-in excuse already, so.
How did you not remember George Springer?
I totally forgot. Like, his name wasn't coming into my brain. And I seen his on the list. I seen his name on there, and I'm like, it can't be him.
Why can't it be him? Why were you so?
Because I forgot he wasn't like I didn't know he was I forgot he was an Astro.
You forgot he was an Astro.
I don't know.
Okay.
The name popped up, and I was like, say it.
Say it. It's there. It's there. George Springer, considered the best athlete out of the state of Connecticut. I know I remember UConn being a big thing. Yeah. George Springer. Better career than Alyssa Nair?
Yeah.
Has Alyssa Nair been around for a bit? Or I mean,
think
she's up and
there's
coming.
a couple of goalies in U.S. women's history that are better than Alyssa Nair.
Yeah.
So I'd probably say George Springer's slightly better.
By the way, Alyssa Nair holds the all-time NWSL regular season saves record, which will also became the first goalkeeper to reach 50 wins for a club in that league history.
Definitely a legend.
Here are some Connecticut-born athletes. Mo Vaughn. Jorge, come on. You got to love some Mo Vaughn. Remember Mo Vaughn from the Red Sox Mets days? All right. Jorge's gone. Brad Osmus, former catcher of the Astros when they had Roger Clemens. Carl Pavano, one of the worst free agent signings in Yankees history. Rajay Davis, game-tying homer against the Cubs.
Yep.
One of the more iconic homers ever. Eugene Robinson. I don't know who that is. Dwight Freeney. Dwight Freeney
was good.
Dwight Freeney not making this list is interesting.
Yeah.
Joe Horner, Bill Romanowski, Calvin Murphy, Marcus Camby, Donovan Klingon, Max Pacioretty, hockey, Chris Drury, Jonathan Quick, Nikisha Sales, Lindsay Jacobellis, Joey Logano.
Oh, Joey Logano.
There you go. There's your 3 million people live. 3.6 million people live in Connecticut. Seems like a small area. We're out of time, Jorge.
Okay, I'll remember later.
All right, sounds good. We'll be right back. 5 o'clock hour next.
From breezy linen to performance polos, the Patrick James Summer Collection defines cool, effortless style. It's where classic West Coast spirit meets modern refinement. Discover timeless looks from brands like Faraday, Johnny O, Martin Dingman, alongside staples from Tommy Bahama, Robert Graham, and our signature Patrick James line. Made for the man who values quality, confidence, and the art of dressing well. Patrick James, California's sophistication. On Shaw, inside Fresno's Fig Garden Village.
Warmer days and special occasions are on the way. Is your wardrobe ready? Jones Cleaning Center has you covered. Fast, reliable, and hassle-free. Use Fresno's only 24-hour self-service pickup and drop-off drive-thru. Drop off by 9 a.m. and enjoy same-day service at no extra cost. From suits to sundresses and comforters to table linens, they'll get it all fresh and ready. Jones Cleaning Center, Fresno's top dry cleaning and laundry service for over 55 years. On Palm, just north of Herndon in Fresno, or online at jonescleaning.com.
For 80 years, Fresno Pacific University has been shaping the heart and soul of California as the Central Valley's only accredited Christian university. Today, our deep faith roots and pride in our community drive us to provide affordable, career-relevant education that transforms the lives of our students and the communities they serve. Discover your calling through over 100 undergraduate and graduate programs offered on campus or fully online. Fresno Pacific University. Learn more at fpu.edu.
When Jeff Thiessen and Lance Duker started Thiessen Duker Modern Wealth Management in 2003, they had a simple mission: to make every life they touch better. They established Thiessen Duker as an independent firm, not tied to the restrictions of one Wall Street company, so their clients could have access to any investment products that were right for them, and Thiessen Duker could serve their clients the way they wanted to be served. They've done other things differently too, from investing in advanced financial planning technology to implementing a team approach with advisors working together to develop client strategies. And from day one, Thiessen Duker has shared its success with local organizations, making a difference in people's lives right here at home. If you need a financial advisor, or if you are a financial advisor and would like to know more about how Thiessen Duker could make your life better, please visit thiessenduker.com. The advisors of Thiessen Duker Modern Wealth Management are registered representatives with and securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA SIPC.
More fiber and laxatives, eh? Who are you? I'm future you. Future me? Constipation with belly pain still coming back? Our doctor figured it out. It's irritable bowel syndrome with constipation, or IBS-C, and Linzess could help you get ahead of it.
Linzess linaclotide is a prescription medicine that treats IBS-C in adults. It's not a laxative. It's a once-daily pill that helps you get ahead of your symptoms. It's proven to help you have more frequent and complete bowel movements and helps relieve overall abdominal symptoms, belly pain, discomfort, and bloating. These symptoms were studied in combination, not individually. Do not give Linzess to children less than 2. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling. Talk to your doctor and say yes to Linzess. Learn more at linzess.com or call 1-800-LINZESS.
Warmer days and special occasions are on the way. Is your wardrobe ready? Jones Cleaning Center has you covered. Fast, reliable, and hassle-free. Use Fresno's only 24-hour self-service pickup and drop-off drive-thru. Drop off by 9 a.m. and enjoy same-day service at no extra cost. From suits to sundresses and comforters to table linens, they'll get it all fresh and ready. Jones Cleaning Center, Fresno's top dry cleaning and laundry service for over 55 years. On Palm, just north of Herndon in Fresno, or online at jonescleaning.com.
Your home for high school sports. 1430 ESPN, the Valley's local sports leader. KFIG Fresno.
NBA Tuesday night, the Fever and Wings in Indiana. Been a struggle for Dallas this season. They've lost 5 straight games. Indiana's still without star Caitlin Clark. Head coach Stephanie Clark saying yesterday Clark is progressing in a rehab from a groin injury, but still has not started practicing. Fever also down guards Sydney Colson and Ari McDonald, who are out for the rest of the season. Dallas up 23-15 at the end of the opening quarter. Paige Beckers with 5 points early, 1 of 4 from the field to lead the way for Dallas. Sophie Cunningham with 2 points, 1 of 1, hitting her only field goal in the opening quarter. Aaliyah Boston with a team-high 4 points for the Fever, the game on ESPN TV. Moving closer to the start of the NFL season, Packers quarterback Jordan Love hoping to be available for Week 1 after having a minor procedure to repair a torn ligament in his left thumb. Suffered the injury taking a sack in the preseason opener. ESPN's Wisconsin's Mark Tosher concerned.
Obviously, it's better that it happened now, and it's better that it's his non-throwing hand. But let's not just poo-poo this and say, oh, it's over. Do I think he's going to be back and playing against the Detroit Lions? Yes. Do I think he'll be back next week? you're going to be overly, as Mike McCarthy would say, you're going to err on the high side of caution.
Tosher on ESPN Wisconsin. GM Brian Gutekunst called it a little procedure and that Love would not miss any regular season time. Missed a couple games last year after suffering an MCL injury.
Hey, it's Evan Cohen. Coming up Wednesday, Adam Schefter told us Joe Flacco is still QB1 for the Browns. I'll tell you why Flacco starting is the right move in Cleveland for now. It's Unsportsmanlike, 6 a.m. Eastern, right here on ESPN Radio, ESPN2, and ESPNU.
He's got the knowledge.
Because once again, I have to come on there and talk about how right I am once again in anything that it comes to sports.
He's got the questions.
I'm going to lose it. Are you kidding me? What are we doing here?
He's got the guests.
20th head coach in Fresno State history here, Matt. Is it hard to believe sometimes still the 20th head coach here in program history?
It's all moved really quickly here over the course of the last 5-6 weeks. But super excited to be here.
Phil Bonatti is the voice for the Central Valley sports leader. Behind the Bench starts now. Brought to you by Helena Agri.
That's right, Behind the Bench here on 1430 ESPN, Fresno, the Valley's local sports leader. 5 o'clock hour. Hope you're getting out of work nice and easy and getting home and getting ready to have your afternoon/evening here in the Central Valley. We got one more hour to go. We've got some great things coming to you. 5 at 5 coming at you. Some other topics as well. Plus, Garrett Classy joining me at 5:30. Fresno State Athletic Director. Been too long since we had him in the studio, so we will have him join us soon. We got a 5 at 5 to do. It's going to be a little bit of a weird structure here in this hour. We're going to move some things around and try to fit our timing schedule, so some quicker segments here at the top. But we got to do a 5 at 5 here, and why don't we roll the intro? I didn't do this right. There we go. We need to turn this up. There it is. Hello.
It's time now for Phil's 5 at 5.
Don't want to silence our sound guy. Guys, the 5 at 5 today, MVP. Likely MVPs for the NFL this year is what we're doing. And it's quite simply straightforward. And we could have some fun picks. We could have some interesting picks. I'm curious where people sit. I want to be right more than anything. But I also feel like this, I somewhat feel like this award is broken a little bit. I do think it's just not properly giving the credit where the credit is due in the NFL, I believe. And almost to the point where I feel like does it really matter in the grand scheme of things when it comes to NFL history? Are we learning who is the right player for the season? Narratively, I do think Josh Allen had a really great year. But I know there's the detractors out there that feel like some other guys could have had that conversation. But where do you guys sit on the NFL MVP? Useless award? Interesting award? Does it show anything for you? Does it matter?
Oh, it matters for sure. I've started to go into this thinking, like, I don't like that other positions aren't really thought of when it comes to the MVP. I understand quarterback is the most important position, and generally it goes to a quarterback. The last time we have a non-quarterback win was 2012.
Yeah.
But I think just showing more love. I think Cooper Kupp, when he won the Triple Crown, had a shout for MVP. Jamar Chase and Saquon Barkley last year. Christian McCaffrey 2 years ago. Those type of players. But I do obviously understand the quarterbacks and why they are given MVP.
Or even at some points, the Watt brothers, when they were having the peak of their seasons, I could be convinced either of them when TJ broke the record and when JJ did what he was doing. Or, hey, what do you think about the NFL MVP? Does it matter?
I think it does. I think it's a trophy or an award that a lot of people want to get. It matters because it recognizes that, Josh Allen last year had a heck of a season. And it could have been like another season for him if he didn't win the MVP. It could have been like it was a season that, he made the playoffs, but he didn't make, the Super Bowl. So him winning the MVP kind of makes it like, okay, your season was worth it more than what you think it is or something like that.
It told you the story of the season I do think something is inherently broken when your odds look like this. When the guy who has the same odds likely to win it is Saquon Barkley and Michael Penix, who both are at 40-1 right now, which is just you to sit there and tell me that Michael Penix and Saquon Barkley are equally the same level of player when it comes to this award. That all tells me that this award is broken in any form or fashion. And I think it goes to what Tanvir was saying about the lack of equity when it comes to where this award recognizes what happens. It's the best quarterback award. It's the best quarterback award. It's been like it for the last decade and a half. So maybe I'll pick it that way. We'll see how this top 5 goes, but I'm curious what others look like. So let's go with
number 5.
I know he hates him. I know Tanvir hates him going into this year, but there's a world I could be convinced where narratively Jordan Love finally takes a step and has this season go crazy for the Green Bay Packers. I know you're shaking your head at it, but like I said, it's not about the statistics predominantly. It is about what the success of the season looks like with this Green Bay Packer team. If they do end up being a team that is tough to beat this year, which is, not the craziest odds of it happening, but 25-1, I wouldn't hate it. I think people are waiting to anoint Jordan Love as a guy that could be in that top 5 conversation. Because I feel like people just really like what is shown there in terms of everything like that. But yes, the procedure, I would say, dings it a little bit for me. But I am just going simply based off of what the conversation is around MVP, which is not a game or not an award that showcases who is the best fantasy star or anything like that. It is simply narrative. And to me, people want the next guy who succeeded Rodgers, who then succeeded Favre, to be the guy who is leading this storied franchise to a potential top seed in this NFC, which, I mean, I'm not saying there's a non-zero chance of it happening. So that's why I have Jordan Love here.
I disagree, but
that's fine.
The only reason for me personally is I think you need you need two things, in my opinion, to be an MVP. I think you need to be statistically amazing, but on top of that, your team needs to be like a top 1 or 2 seed, or at least high. And I just don't see Green Bay doing that this year. And also statistically, I don't see that because of the weapons that he has.
Yeah.
A guy that I said was going to be a fantasy bust is number 5 for me, Baker Mayfield. I think on the other side of the spectrum can for sure be an MVP this year. He's coming off of a career year. He has an elite wide receiver group, and maybe Chris Godwin does come back later in the season. I think that the lower turnover rate is really helping him and really helping this offense. And now they have a good set of running backs, so he has the core around him. And then combine that with the fact that they're in the NFC South, a division that I think is probably the worst division in the NFL this year. And he's going to get a lot of wins through there. And I think Tampa Bay could get a lot of key victories and maybe get the 1 seed this year in the NFC. So that's why I have Baker being my number 5.
Jorge, you got somebody here?
Yeah, I think Jordan Love, he's injured now, right?
Yeah, he's going to be ready. He's going to be ready for the week 1, supposedly.
Finger injury or something.
The thumb.
Are you sure?
Thumb. Yeah, it's a little thumb thing.
Okay.
Tom Brady had a thumb thing, and I won a Super Bowl.
So you're comparing him to Tom Brady? Okay,
Hey.
I'm just gonna leave that alone. On my number 5, I got Joe Burrow. I think if his team plays with, if his team is good, gets good enough, and starts winning, I think he'll be up there. He's got the stats. He's got the arm. I think the weapons are there. It's all there. Just they have to, play a little bit better than they have the last few years, and I think he could make a run for it.
I like it. Did you see the shot Tom Brady made on Joe Burrow a little bit in Joe Klatt's pod a little bit? He's like, I'm doing my job. He's like, some quarterbacks just think I can do 40 touchdowns and say that's my job. But when I was there, I was in the game plan meetings, and I was making things happen outside of that. And I was asking what the team needed from me to make things happen. I don't accomplish my job because I threw 40 touchdowns per season. That's not doing your job as a quarterback.
That was like an indirect.
Felt indirect, but it felt like a shot at Joe Burrow per se. Some people are taking that context. But anyways.
Number 4.
I got Baker here, and you laid out the situation to it. There's like I said, there's a world where this team can go crazy, and statistically, it's in your face enough for you to be like, all right, this validates what we saw last year and leads up into it. We've seen signs of it, and let's coordinate the guy who I think a lot of people underrate. I think this award awards the underrated guy going into it. Purdy was in this conversation 2 years ago with the Niners, but then Lamar took it from him. But I think Baker is a guy that a lot of people respect, and I think can garner respect throughout the season if he plays well. He's got the tools to do it, and I think he's got an opportunity. He's a 30-1 opportunity guy for it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, another thing that I was going to talk about for Baker, like all the other teams that are projected to be really good this year, they have some sort of issue. And I understand Godwin is there, but you have Igbuka and you have Mike Evans and you have Jalen McMillan. So yeah. I still think that's patched up so they can really go out to a hot start to start this year. I really wanted to include a non-quarterback, and I was thinking to myself, which non-quarterback can really have an insane year if they are given the right capability, the right volume. And I went with Christian McCaffrey. You know, when he was an MVP candidate 2 years ago, he had 1,459 rush yards, which was number 1 in the league, and he had 14 rush TDs, which was 4th in the league, along with 564 receiving yards and 7 receiving TDs. I think he was one of the few people that had 2,000 scrimmage yards across a season. And now, if you're comparing this season to that season, there's no Deebo Samuel. Brandon Ayuk's going to be out for the first 6 weeks. And Isaac Guerrero and Jordan James are both injured right now. So he could get a very high workload. Barring injury, I think this guy could be in for an absolutely monster season if he stays healthy.
For sure.
You're crazy by saying Baker Mayfield's kind of.
You hate Baker.
Come on.
I know your hatred of Baker Mayfield through and through, Jorge. Go ahead.
I'm going to pick Jared Goff.
Okay.
I think if everything aligns, if the worlds align, he'll be playing pretty good football, and he might take his team all the way to the Super Bowl, and that could make him an MVP.
Is there enough respect for Goff? It's going to be interesting. I don't know. I just don't know if it'll ever get there with the people who vote for MVP. But I see it.
Yeah, that's why I have him on number 4.
I think he's got to have like a 50 touchdown season.
The statistics is where I doubt with Jared Goff.
Yeah, because
compared to the 5 guys that
I just don't think the statistics of Gibbs and Montgomery are just going to like.
I see that. That's why he's number 4.
Yeah.
He's not number.
Also, I'm wary about the coordinators.
Not higher.
True. He lost his guy.
Number 3.
Let's go quicker here because we're running out of time. Josh Allen for me, just a quick repeat opportunity. I think there's a chance there. Maybe people could be tired of it, but it's been the summer of Josh Allen. It's been the season of Josh Allen last year up until this now, and so he's the not hot new thing. And I think people will look to see if he validates what he did last year into this year. I think people would want to have that confirmation bias. Plus 650 to win MVP. Josh Allen.
Yeah, I'm going to go with second-year player Jaden Daniels, Washington Commanders quarterback. I think the rushing upside is similar to Lamar and Josh Allen over the last couple of years, and he's a guy that hasn't won MVP, so he's already got something for him there. I think if he statistically is close to a guy like Lamar Jackson or Josh Allen, and also the Washington Commanders are pretty good this year, the guy is surrounded by dynamic playmakers, now Deebo Samuel and Terry McLaurin hopefully will be back for them. I think this could be a real MVP year for Jaden Daniels, even if he's close to the guys that I have listed at the top.
Good pick, Jorge.
I'm gonna go with Lamar Jackson.
At 3?
Yeah, I think Lamar Jackson has a really big opportunity to make another MVP run. But I just feel like there's some other guys in front of him.
Okay, all right. Let's go to number 2. Let's see where it all falls in.
Number 2.
I've got Jalen Hurts here. I think there is people playing catch up to the perception of what Jalen Hurts is, and I think there is some people who look to validate what he has done in this league. And because he won a Super Bowl, won an MVP, I don't think people really saw exactly what he does that is so special for this Eagles team last year until in the playoff run. 16-1, I'd put dollars on Jalen Hurts like all day long if I wanted to, as far as the MVP is concerned. So I think narratively he is the lead guy to me. If you're going to go narrative-based voting on the MVP, Jalen Hurts is my guy here.
Yeah, number 2 for me. Lamar Jackson. I have already detailed ad nauseum why Lamar Jackson is so good. He's elite in the dual threat. He has improved his passing game. I think if you see a similar season to what he had last year, I think you might have some of those people that are like, oh, Lamar, wasn't there last year, so therefore we're going to just give it to him this year. Kind of like how Jokic got it again. I think you could probably see Lamar get it again.
I was about to make that comparison.
In that same vein,
with Lamar,
right? So I'm going to go with Lamar Jackson as my
because to me, Jalen Hurts is Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. Right now. That's exactly what it is for me. So
I'm going to go with Josh Allen. I just think if he does what he did last year and just improves on it, man, he could be back-to-back MVP.
All right.
Number 1.
And I got Lamar here because I think no matter what season you go into, I think he has the best odds. He is the Jokic of the NFL. I was going to say that basically. It just feels like he does so much for everything, and he makes everybody so much better around him. Like we're talking about the Ravens being a top tier contender when they're going in with Zay Flowers as their number one wide receiver. So it's
and
just
Rashad
like
Bateman.
and it's Derrick Henry makes his life easier as well. But
for sure,
it's Lamar Jackson. It is the guy who makes everybody better. Simply most valuable to his team, and you can't argue against it no matter what credentials everybody has. Lamar is my number 1.
I'm going to quick hit this real quick because I don't have Josh Allen in my top 5 because the back-to-back MVP is very tough to do. I know Rodgers did it, but I think it's very tough to do. And so that's why. And also the weapons around him, I just don't see it repeating. But I still think Josh will be great this year. My number 1 is Joe Burrow. Yep. I think if you just look at a statistical standpoint, the dude was playing insane last year. He has a fully healthy Jamar Chase, a fully healthy T. Higgins back, an improved Chase Brown. I think the Cincinnati Bengals team, if they have the record to back up what Joe Burrow did as a passer, could likely see Joe Burrow be the MVP this year. So I got Joe Burrow at number 1.
Jorge, what do you got?
I got Saquon Barkley. I think running back. I think if he does what he did last year and maybe just improve I feel like he should have won it last year, but hey, I'm not mad at Josh Allen winning it either. But if he does what he did last year and continues to do the same thing, why can't we vote for him?
I like it. Pulled.
That was Phil's 5 at 5.
All right. Maybe we'll discuss after the break. I got some thoughts on that. But anyways, let's take a break. We'll be right back on Behind the Bench on 1430 ESPN Fresno, the Valley's local sports leader.
No matter the time, morning, noon, or night, Black Bear Diner in Fresno has you covered. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner served all day just the way you like it. At Black Bear Diner in Fresno, you can count on them serving up hearty portions that satisfy even the hungriest appetites. Plus, the little Cubs can enjoy their brand new Cubs Corner too. So gather your family and friends, bring your appetite, and make it a meal to remember at Black Bear Diner in Fresno, corner of Shaw and Marty. Black Bear Diner.
Tune in every weekday to the Sportsline Bulldog Hour with Tony D, brought to you by Precision Civil Engineering. Be sure to listen at 2 p.m. to hear everything you need to know about Fresno State athletics. Don't miss out on the insight and conversations you need to stay up on the Bulldogs with insiders like Paul Leffler, Jackson Moore, and Ralph Wood. If it's 2 p.m., it's the Bulldog Hour with Tony D, each weekday on 1430 ESPN Fresno.
At FFB, we know behind every business is a person. That's why we're more than a bank. We're a partner, a farming-focused bank for hard workers, a future-forward bank for big dreamers, and a family-friendly bank for the next generation of owners. From first ideas to major milestones, we're here to help you chase your goals and score big. So what can FFB mean for your business? Find out at ffb.bank. That's ffb.bank. FFB Bank. Let's win together.
As of today, the 30% federal solar tax credit is still available for homeowners looking to save energy and money, but it's scheduled to be phased out on December 31st, 2025. The time to call Donald P. Dick is now, 255-1644. Let Mr. Cool show you how to drive down the cost of home energy. The deadlines for installing solar and taking advantage of the tax credits are December 31st. Call Mr. Cool at 255-1644.
craving something different? Lynn's Restaurant Group has a variety of spots to satisfy every craving. If you're in the mood for teppanyaki and sushi, Hino Oishi offers an unforgettable Japanese experience. For bold, flavorful Chinese dishes, Spicy J's has exactly what you're looking for. Enjoy a hot pot experience at J-Pot and top it off with boba from JT Inside. Whether dining in or ordering out, every meal is memorable. Visit lynsrestaurantgroup.com to learn more.
Welcome to A Plus Signs.
Thanks. Yeah, I need some custom exterior signs for my business.
Great. What's the name of your business?
C Plus Signs.
Wait, you own a sign company?
Yep, C Plus Signs.
And you want us, A Plus Signs, to make your signs?
Yeah, I need them really fast, and we can't touch our turnaround times.
We are kind of known for that.
For signs that stop traffic, drive traffic, and even direct traffic, call A Plus Signs.
Remember, A Plus has great technicians to service and repair signs, too.
Yeah, we got a guy, but he's afraid of ladders.
$14:30 ESPN Fresno, the Valley's local sports leader. Real interesting lists we had there for our MVP picks. No mention of Patrick Mahomes in this conversation. Is Mahomes like LeBron in these conversations? It's just becoming a little less relevant, even though he's been around for a while. It just feels like the production isn't as there. I'm trying to do NBA comps. I'm wondering if we could do this on the fly as far as that's concerned. But it feels like
Kevin Durant, maybe.
Okay, that's a good one as far as that's concerned. Was my Shea Gildress SGA to Jalen Hurts? Is that a?
I think the Jokic to
Lamar is like as on point as everything.
Yeah.
Maybe when Russell Westbrook won MVP, is that like Joe Burrow? Just because it's like, is it really good? I don't know. Somehow he won an MVP, right? It's gonna be interesting. I don't know. Maybe that's another game we play. As far as that's concerned, I wanted to read some offensive player of the year odds. As far as that's concerned, you mentioned McCaffrey. McCaffrey 20-1 to win OPOY this year. I'd take those odds. I feel like you could throw down a nice little bet on that.
I think you're betting on health at that point. Mm-hmm. And if everyone's healthy, I think that guy is probably one of the more elite position players out there.
Stop me when you hear an odds that you're like, actually, that sounds juicy. You got Saquon at plus 600, Jamar Chase at plus 900, Jahmyr Gibbs plus 12-1, Derrick Henry 15-1, Justin Jefferson 15-1, Bijan 16-1, Puka 18-1, CeeDee Lamb 20-1, Christian McCaffrey 20-1, Nico Collins 20-1, Amon-Ra 35-1. Brian Thomas. Okay, Amon-Ra 30.
No. I was just. I think out of all the ones that you listed, I think Bijan is probably one of the better ones at 16-1.
Yeah.
CMC at 20-1, and then probably Jamar.
Yeah.
Jamar at 900.
900 plus 900. Anything for you, Jorge? Nobody.
Oh, and Nico as well.
Well, I think. Puka's being there. And that one
18-1.
is interesting.
What about DPOY? You want to go to those?
Sure, why not?
Aiden Hutchinson's the favorite, coming off that snapped leg.
Yeah, before he was injured, he was on a generational season.
Yeah.
So
what's good about Bones is they heal up nicely. He should be okay.
Yeah.
It's the ligament stuff that
muscles
makes you worried. Aiden Hutchinson plus 700. Myles Garrett plus 750 after that big extension. Micah Parsons plus 800.
He won't get that, sadly, just because of the contract.
TJ Watt plus 900. Jared Verse 13-1. Max Crosby 13-1. Will Anderson 13-1. Nick Bosa 18-1. Jalen Carter 20-1. Trey Hendrickson 25-1. Pat Surtain 35-1. It seems like it's just all the pass rushing guys.
Yeah, which is interesting because corner won last year.
Yeah.
So I think we could be seeing a little bit of a shift in where we see because it generally was defensive ends or D linemen and the corner here and there.
Yeah.
So if I had to go for like a really underrated one, I'd probably go with a guy like, even Christian Gonzalez. I think
Yeah.
Gonzo could have a really good year this year.
Dude, when he was 95 overall in Madden, I was so thrilled. Like, he put some respect on my guy.
So, yeah, that's a deep sleeper pick, in my opinion.
That's nice.
Is Christian Gonzalez.
That's nice. How about Rookie of the Year? Offensive Rookie of the Year. Ashton Genty is the favorite, plus 275. You got Cam Ward, plus 350. Marion Hampton, plus 850. Travis Hunter is 10-1. Tyler Shook, 10-1. Shador Sanders, 15-1. Have we ever seen a late round pick like him this high in the preseason Rookie of the Year favorites?
I don't think that.
Tet McMillan, 16-1.
That's the
Gushun.
guy I think could be a steal at 16-1.
16-1.
With the volume he's going to get. And he's a receiver.
How about my guy Travion Henderson at 22-1?
It's a good one, too.
I like that. Buka, your guy, 25-1.
Mm-hmm.
Dart, 25-1.
Yeah.
So there's some of that. Do we have defensive rookie of the year odds? We do.
Let's sweep it up.
Is this right? These are all players I've seen. Wait, hold on. Let me see this. Okay, yeah. Abdul Carter, plus 250. Jalen Walker, plus 750. Mason Graham, plus 900. Mikael Williams, 10-1. Travis Hunter is 11-1. So Travis Hunter is 10-1 on one side and 11-1 on the other.
The reason why I don't think he will win either is I think you need to be elite at one side of the ball, but I don't know if he's going to have enough snaps to really make that much of an impact for like Rookie of the Year odds on either side. If I had to pick one that I would choose him for, it'd probably be Offensive Rookie of the Year with his receiving game. But I would kind of stay, if you are going to, I would stay away from Travis Hunter just for that fact alone. I'd probably go Abdul Carter here.
Okay. Mike,
I do feel like those awards are more like popularity.
Yeah.
You know, and if Travis Hunter is gonna be on both sides of the ball,
people are gonna like.
Yeah.
You could say he's not elite on both sides of the ball, but people like the novelty of it.
Oh, for sure.
And I
well,
wonder,
that's why he won Heisman.
But that's why I think like you could see voters go both ways. I'm like, wow, he's doing it like somewhat good on this side, and he's doing it somewhat good on the other. Why not make them both and let's just do that?
I think that's where it'll be. I think he will be good at both.
Yeah.
I just don't. I think there will be somebody on the offensive side of the ball and somebody on the defensive side of the. Like, I think Tedero McMillan will have more receiving yards than Travis Hunter.
Yeah.
And I don't see him winning Offensive Rookie of the Year in that case. And I think Abdul Carter will just be insane in that Giants defensive line. And so that's where I think Defensive Rookie of the Year could go. But if Travis Hunter could be elite on one side of the ball, I think he for sure can get it.
Last one, comeback player of the year.
Okay.
Aiden Hutchinson's plus 275. Dak Prescott plus 350. I kind of like Dak Prescott this year in terms of that. CMC is plus 375. Trevor Lawrence plus 500 for, I guess he got hurt. That's right. JJ McCarthy plus 850.
That's a hilarious one. Just because like this is his first year.
But like he didn't even do anything. But I guess he
did get injured.
He's in a win-win situation. Nick Chubb 16-1. What up?
That is a terrible pick. Chubb will be like the running back 3 by the end of the year.
Daniel Jones 30-1. Max Crosby 30-1.
That's a good one.
Interesting. Tua's on this list too. Tua's 31. Stephon Diggs 30-1. So
I feel like Mike Crosby could get it.
Yeah.
I think that's a good Max Crosby. I think CMC.
If the Raiders have a good year, I mean, he could be better.
Or statistically, if he's like top 3 D end, like he's better than Aiden this year.
Top 5 for sure.
Yeah, there's conversation there. So, all right, let's take a quick break. We'll take a break, and Garrett Classy hopefully will be joining us next on 1430 ESPN Fresno, the Valley's local sports leader.
Roger Dunn has the new Callaway Paradigm AI smoke drivers to take your game to the next level. State-of-the-art technology. They've created the most advanced driver face in the history of Callaway Golf. The AI Smart Face is designed to create a sweet spot, and not just the center, but all over the face. AI smoke drivers, fairway irons, and putters. The AI smoke driver, it's sweeter from every spot. Paradigm AI smoke drivers. Remember, you're always number one at Roger Dunn.
Hey, it's Phil Bonatti from Behind the Bench for my friends at Valley Athletics, the new go-to sports facility in the Central Valley. Founded by Valley legend Vance Wahlberg and former Bulldog volleyball coach Jonathan Winder. Valley Athletics allows athletes to really shine at volleyball, basketball, and pickleball. Visit valleyathletics.co right now to learn more about enrolling in our current volleyball and basketball offerings that include league play. That's valleyathletics.co. Proud sponsors of high school athletics.
Are you a business owner struggling to understand how cloud technology can help your business? Are you in need of computer and technology support for your employees? M-Cubed Technologies is your solution for fully managed IT services. 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. M-Cubed will be your partner in the digital world, allowing your business to carry on worry-free. We specialize in cloud hosting, Microsoft 365 management, general IT support, and VoIP phone services. Call M-Cubed Technologies today to discuss our partnerships.
Stepping up to the plate, it's Richard's Prime Rib and Seafood, the original, a true family-run restaurant, serving slow-roasted certified Angus prime rib, hand-cut steaks, and the freshest seafood since '69, a winning tradition. Richard's Prime Rib and Seafood is now open for lunch Wednesday through Friday and dinner Wednesday through Saturday, so you'll never strike out on a great meal. Richard's Prime Rib and Seafood, a Valley dining tradition, because when it comes to great food and family, they always hit it out of the park.
At Citizens Business Bank, we've been taking a personal approach to banking for over 40 years and are consistently recognized as one of the top performing banks in the nation. Hi, I'm Susan Woosner, Senior Vice President and Manager of Citizens Business Bank in Fresno. We believe in the importance of building long-lasting and genuine relationships with our customers. We want to provide you with the solutions you need to grow your business because your success is our success. Citizens Business Bank, member FDIC.
Everyday Junk Removal and Hauling was awarded the first place gold in the Fresno Bee Best of Central California People's Choice 2025. Thank you to Fresno for voting Everyday Junk Fresno's best. They'll haul away furniture, mattresses, appliances, construction debris, gone for good. Need a bigger cleanup? They offer dumpster rentals too. Everyday Junk Removal gets the job done right. Call them today and receive $20 off a half load or more. Get your free quote now at everydayjunkremoval.com.
Get your business noticed and stand out from the crowd by visiting Megaprints. Working with the Valley's most prestigious and high-profile businesses since 1998, we print and install custom-designed signs for businesses of all types and sizes. From yard signs to banners to wallpaper and fleet graphics, Megaprints has the state-of-the-art capability to turn the signage you've dreamed of into a reality. Visit megaprints.com today to see our work and what we can do for your business.
Whether you're planning a special event or simply craving something new, Lynn's Restaurant Group has a variety of dining options to suit any occasion. If you're in the mood for fine dining, Oiza offers a refined Japanese experience. Looking for something quick and delicious? Ramen Hayashi serves up satisfying bowls of ramen in no time. Craving variety? Lynn's Fusion has an endless all-you-can-eat experience with options for everyone. No matter the occasion, Lynn's Restaurant Group makes every meal memorable. Visit lynsrestaurantgroup.com to learn more.
Back to Behind the Bench here on 1430 ESPN Fresno, the Valley's local sports leader. All right. I know we were talking about having Garrett Classy on. I believe we have him here just quite yet. And if he can't quite make it, then we'll see if we can reschedule something with him there. So we'll see if he finds his way. Very busy guy. Very busy. I mean, all the attention and everything that Shakira Concert has provided, I imagine. He is a very busy guy when it comes to that, and plus football season's coming up, man. I'm sure. I hope he's got his travel plans already for Kansas.
Of course,
you know
he should.
Exactly.
I mean, it's a Tuesday, so there's always stuff going on around there.
Oh yeah. Also, I don't know if you saw, he tweeted. There's a big opportunity as far as I think another record year, second straight year record of Bulldog Foundation donations in terms of that. So, all right, there you go. I see him walking through. Hey, so yeah, we'll get him on here momentarily. Do you want to take another quick break? Do we? How many minutes do we have in the break time? So, all right, we can take a break. Let's take a break right now, and then we'll bring in Garrett Classy right after this. So let's take another quick break. Garrett Classy next here on 1430.
Chapman, it's a drive out to left center field. At
the wall. It is gone.
Your home for Giants baseball lives on 1430 ESPN Fresno.
Double play, and the inning is over.
Catch all the action home and away on the Central Valley sports leader, Giants baseball. Brought to you by Clovis Truck Center, Fashion Furniture, M-Cubed Technologies, Lee's Air, and Clausen Automotive.
I make sure that we have plenty of parts for the service department and the customers in the front counter.
That's Al Carmona, parts manager at Pioneer Equipment Company.
A lot of farmers come in, they know what they want, and if they don't, we try to help as best as we can.
Pioneer carries a wide selection of Kubota, Land Pride, and Nelson parts. Stop by and see us in Fresno or Reedley. We'll get you a cup of coffee and the parts you need.
We have really good customers. Pioneer Equipment's a great place.
Visit PioneerEquipmentCA.com.
Summer is here, and the hottest deals are at Valley Pure. For premium indoor house flower to tasty edibles, smooth vapes, must-have concentrates, and refreshing cannabis drinks, we've got everything you love at prices that keep you coming back for more. Stock up for your summer fun with unbeatable discounts across all Valley Pure locations. Whether you're looking to relax, celebrate, or spark up some good vibes in the sun, Valley Pure has the deals to keep the season rolling with easy online ordering and curbside pickup right from the app.
At FFB, we know behind every business is a person. That's why we're more than a bank. We're a partner, a farming-focused bank for hard workers, a future-forward bank for big dreamers, and a family-friendly bank for the next generation of owners. From first ideas to major milestones, we're here to help you chase your goals and score big. So what can FFB mean for your business? Find out at ffb.bank. That's ffb.bank. FFB Bank. Let's win together.
From breezy linen to performance polos, the Patrick James Summer Collection defines cool, effortless style. It's where classic West Coast spirit meets modern refinement. Discover timeless looks from brands like Faraday, Johnny O, Martin Dingman, alongside staples from Tommy Bahama, Robert Graham, and our signature Patrick James line. Made for the man who values quality, confidence, and the art of dressing well. Patrick James, California's sophistication. On Shaw, inside Fresno's Fig Garden Village.
Welcome to the 65th anniversary celebration at Fashion Furniture, where you'll find the best names like Flex Steel, Bassett, Michael Nicholas, Tempur-Pedic, Serta, and so much more. Savings up to 40% with 0% financing. And with every sale, Fashion Furniture will donate to Central Valley Honor Flight. Help us celebrate 65 years and help send a veteran to Washington. The Fashion Furniture 65th anniversary celebration. There's nothing like it in all of California.
Most people in radio commercials talk really fast. But we made this one for RV owners. Progressive knows they like the slower pace of RV life, like this commercial. And they know Progressive will protect their RV at a fair price with discounts. Now here comes the fast part. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Discounts not available in all states or situations.
Now is a great time to review your company's retirement plan. Do you understand the advisory fees you're paying and the services you should be receiving? Is your current advisor making your life easier by handling your employees' questions for you? Do you receive quarterly investment performance updates? Employers who work with 401k specialists can answer yes. Learn more at thiesenduker.com. The advisors of Thiesenduker Modern Wealth Management are registered representatives with and securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA SIPC.
The bench here on 1430 ESPN Fresno, wrapping up our day with a great guest here in studio, Garrett Classy in here. It's been a little bit of time, but I can tell you feel relief. There's less stress after the Shakira concert. And
just move on to the next stress, football season.
Yes, Georgia Southern on the homecoming, the upcoming home opener there on the 30th. Can't wait. Garrett, it's good to have you. How you been?
I'm doing great. It's been a busy summer with the changes of college athletics, with the concert we just hosted, with onboarding the new football staff and trying to be good partners with them to make sure we do our part in the administrative side to help them win. And so been a busy summer. The staff has been working their tails off.
Absolutely. Unique challenges that faced you guys this summer, of course, all the changing and of course, the foray into something that we weren't sure what exactly it would look like until we saw it happen, which was the Shakira concert on Thursday. I know you guys put in a tremendous amount of work all the way up to the start of the concert.
Sure, yep.
You know,
I got a nice picture on my phone, me scanning tickets right until showtime.
But tell me what that experience was like now that it's come and gone.
You know, I'm incredibly proud of our campus coming together for this event. And I say our campus is that I'm the one getting all these kudos. That's not deserved. I mean, from the president's office to supporters of the program to our athletic department staff to our campus staff, it was a total team effort. And it was an incredible success.
Yeah.
And we learned a lot. And we made some mistakes. We're going to learn from those mistakes. We're going to get better. And I would say the Bulldog fans are probably going to be the beneficiaries of it, because now we know what we're facing at the start of football season, and we'll make some improvements, and we'll release those soon. But listen, overall win, the economic impact on the valley or on the city that came out today, it's awesome. I mean, what a celebration. Yeah. I mean, I've only been here a year, but seeing this stadium that full, the energy in that stadium, like, we know now that Fresno is a city that can host major concerts.
And it's the positives there, right? With the outside stuff drawing in, the people drawing in who are not from this Central Valley, who came in for this concert. I saw the statistics shared on social media, $2.1 million estimated in visitor spending, the 320 plus hotel rooms. I think that is what probably mattered the most to this thing, is not what we had here internally, but what can be brought in from the outside for this economic impact.
Yeah, I want to thank our friends over at Visit Fresno County. I believe that's what the organization, they helped us a lot with the economic piece. And the great thing about those numbers, it's from people that came from 50 miles away from the stadium. And so there might have been people that were 49 miles that bought hotel rooms, paid for gas, ate at restaurants, and our local environment. You can't go to a restaurant in this town any day of the week. It's not packed. So if you're local, I guarantee you went out to eat before this concert. And so having almost $2.2 million of economic impact, having 10,000 new visitors come to town, like, there's no way to quantify that long term. And listen, the more we do this, the more shows we bring in, that's only going to grow. But to put ourselves on the map with national promoters, with other promoters, local promoters, showing that we're open for business, this is going to be a great revenue stream for us. It's going to be great for the city to bring new revenue, and it brings eyeballs. Anytime we can bring people to our amazing campus, hopefully that turns them into potential students down the road as well.
Yeah, it's that those numbers, great. It's the retention, right, of those people who want to come back for experiences like that, and learning about those experiences is another aspect to it. The retention of what we could see with what other performing artists we see come in to our venue here. I think it's interesting to see where this moves forward next. And I know that obviously you're in the early stages of figuring out that process, but as you look at the things you mentioned, lessons learned, do you look at some of the stuff you guys did internally that you're like, okay, I know what this looks like now, and what things can be modified moving forward?
Yeah, I mean, it put a lot of pressure on our staff, and there was moments of this process going, wow. I went through the process of bringing Garth Brooks to Memorial Stadium in Lincoln, Nebraska, first concert ever. That was a lot of work, but this was more work. And, one of the big reasons is that we have a much smaller staff than we had at Nebraska Athletics. And so, and there's more red tape in California, whether it's, through, getting the stadium ready for the number of people, and union labor, those types of things, all great things, but all things you didn't have to work through Nebraska. And so we took detailed notes. We spent about 2 hours this morning really debriefing, doing a hard look at what we did well, what we need to improve on. We're meeting again tomorrow. Like, these are things we need to put a playbook together. And quite honestly, the president and I have already had conversations. If this continues to be a viable revenue stream for us, we need to add some staff that focus on this solely, because we had our events and facilities staff. I can't talk enough about Alex Gutierrez, Sue Chapman, JT Mickelson. I mean, that group, they didn't sleep for 72 hours. They're out painting the white lot so football could practice on Friday morning, the Thursday night after the show. They were here all night. Football needed the practice in the stadium on Saturday night because they were going live with the technology that they would use on game day. They had to come out after the floor coverings off, brush the field. I mean, that group probably stayed up longer than 72 hours straight. And I can't thank them enough. And there's a lot of people. I mean, they were one piece of it, but it was a great culture moment for our department. The seats weren't ready to be numbered until about 2 hours before gates open, and everyone from marketing, everyone from creative, everyone from different communications, all these different areas all came in, dropped what they're doing, and we came together as a department. I couldn't be more proud of our staff that they pulled this off and in a successful way.
Yeah, and I think when people got into the building, I think they really actually, the concert and what people experienced with it. Shakira had, I saw her post about it. It was nothing but complimentary of the whole thing. People have the thoughts of like, wow, why were the lines so long, and all those kind of things that were around it, and that's the things you try to tinker with these things,
Sure.
And I come always like, it wasn't like game day. People say, well, you filled the stadium on game day, but I'm like, people are tailgating from 12 p.m. to like whatever before a 7 p.m. kickoff. You're trying to funnel in same amount of people into that. It's like.
Yeah, I mean, we made mistakes and we owned up to them, and we're going to improve them, and that's all you can do in life. There are a lot of teachable moments from this concert. I apologize to our fans and to Shakira fans that came in and that had issues, but I can promise you the next time, I'm not saying there won't be any issues, but we're going to minimize the issues that we had.
Yeah, certainly. How would you put a bow on this whole experience for you?
I mean, for us, just what it means to the city. I mean, my goal through this whole thing was to show this community that a football stadium in this town isn't just a football stadium. And we've had camps throughout. We've had different entities come in and rent that facility. Now that we have major concerts, we have to show this community that this is an all-purpose venue that can impact the economy of this entire city. And we did this with one show. Now, once we get to 2, 3, 4, 5, that's incredible. And so the impact on the city, the impact on our university, just putting us on a map. And then the economic impact. I've seen some chattering out there that athletics didn't make any money from this show. No, we made money. We absolutely made money. I don't have a final total to release on the show to you. But listen, that is going to impact our football team, our athletic department in a positive way moving forward. Make no secret about it. We need revenue to retain our student athletes and to recruit our student athletes. And quite honestly, our football team handled the adversity well, but we displaced them for some time. And I hate doing that, especially this time of year. But there's going to be some rewards at the end of this as well too. And so it's had an incredible impact, and proud, like I'll say it again, proud of our staff. This was a complete team effort. I feel guilty for the kudos I'm receiving. Sure, one person can have a vision, but if you don't have a staff that can implement the vision, it doesn't matter. Everyone's an idea person. It's the money's in the execution.
Certainly, and of course the benefits of it. We will see where it trickles down as far as that's concerned and where it moves forward. But now we move forward with what we're trying to benefit this for, which is the athletic department. And now we are starting to get into the portion of the season where we see these things executed in the play on the field and what we see with this team. First of all, exciting stuff with the foundation, back-to-back record-breaking fundraising years for that. I know you have worked hard with this foundation. You guys have the kickoff dinner Thursday with the football team. How much work has that been for you to see this once again yield another record year for this?
Listen, I inherited a really good staff. Tyler Mariucci and his crew do a tremendous job, and they've already built some solid relationships. But my background is revenue generation and it's fundraising. And so it was important to me to get out in the Valley and see as many people as possible. And those relationships are paying dividends now. I mean, I think I hit 55 cities in the Valley this past year. I hope to get up to 100 next year now that I don't need directions and I understand where I'm going. But the reality is we have an advantage at Fresno State. I believe we don't have to travel very often to the East Coast, to the South. We have some really great people in LA and San Francisco, but most of our trips, most of our great supporters are driving distance. And so we can hit more people in a day, in a week, in a month, in a year. And that's our focus on a strategy. And that's how we're going to attack this. And now with the release of the Valley Co-op Fund, that's going to help with student athlete retention, development, and recruitment. That is going to be key for us moving forward. Fundraising is always going to be what's important, and it's always going to be a key revenue bucket for us. So we have to double down on it.
You said on Twitter the stakes are rising and the Pac-12 stage demands more. I mean, we know what's coming. This is the last year of this, but obviously there is so much momentum that we have to ride going into this. The going backwards is not an option per se, as
Right.
that's considered. So tell me about that when the stakes are rising. What do you mean by that?
Well, listen, I always, there's always a fine line when numbers and things and data come out. And listen, I want to celebrate the great things we do, but we can't rest on our laurels.
Yeah.
And quite honestly, we have some friends in our new conference that are probably laughing at those numbers, but they're not going to be laughing a year or two from now when we lap them. And I believe wholeheartedly that we will. And we talk trash in these Pac-12 meetings, like, oh, you've had $20 million gifts since you've been there. Well, I'm going to pass you in 2 to 3 years. Like, it's possible here. We just have to tell our story in a meaningful way. And we do. We have a long ways to go. We have a lot of maturing to do as an athletic department, as a university, but we absolutely have the right leadership and President Jimenez Sandoval, his cabinet that I work with every day in the athletic department. Like, the first year was crazy. A lot of stuff needed to get done, and we're still putting a lot of effort in building that new Pac-12 conference.
Yeah.
But we need to be able to find some time to focus on the home front and how we keep growing our fan base. And I can't say it enough. It doesn't matter if you give $5 a year or $500 a year. It all makes a difference. Our advantage is always going to be with the numbers. We live in a region of 2.5, 3 million people, and a high majority of them love and respect and at least like the Bulldogs.
Mm-hmm.
And we need to tap into that passion.
And that passion showcased amongst everybody who is wanting to be behind this thing. Obviously, with the history of what we've seen with this community, it's just about trust. And I do believe you guys are building trust as you continue to do these things, with the concert and with everything like that. How do you continue to build that momentum and hope that people really trust and understand that their money is not going to go to some place like a bottomless pit? Maybe they felt like it went before.
Listen, the Red Wave's probably sick of hearing this, but I said this from day one. This is a Midwestern city dropped in the middle of California.
Yeah.
So it's how I grew up, and my farm roots, my agriculture roots. And the one thing I know is that they're okay. Everyone's okay if you make mistakes as long as you own up to them and show them how you're going to fix those mistakes. And we need to show our supporters the impact that they're making. We need to go out with impact reports, and especially for our major gifts for everyone. Hey, this is what we brought in this last year. This is how we spent it. This is how we got better. This is where we fell short. This is where we need to improve. And we're always going to be transparent, because the one thing I keep hearing, especially, the new stadium talk coming up, well, my understanding is the Red Wave built Bulldog Stadium before it was Valley Children's Stadium. Yeah. They did it once. We can do it again, but we need everyone to do their part, big or small.
Yeah. And there's so many avenues where we could explore on that, but I'll leave it for another time with the whole stadium side of things, because we have limited amount of time left. Football season is here. We are 11 days away from the Kansas game. I'm sure you got your plane ticket already, right?
Well, I go with the team.
You're ready to roll.
Yeah, absolutely. Can't get there soon enough.
Bulldog Force One, or we call it, right?
Yeah, that's right, man. Excited to get there and check out the renovation they made there.
You've been at practices. You've seen what Coach Entz's operation has looked like. What has stood out to you most about what you've been seeing from this football team from your perspective, and how much do you? I know you're an athletic director. You got a lot of different avenues to sit there, but how much do you observe what the coaching staff has done that you've hired there?
Listen, I've said this from day one. One of the million reasons we hired Coach Matt Entz was that he had a plan, and it was a specific plan. It wasn't something that someone took to 20 interviews and it was general. It was specific to the Valley. It was specific to Fresno State, and he's implementing that plan. He is a man of his word. The structure that we have in this program, the way these student athletes are carrying themselves around the program, it's pretty incredible to see. And then going out to practice and seeing that structure. If mistakes are made, they repeat the rep. They're not just moving on to the next thing. These young men know that there's no excuses. And the physicality of practice, the toughness. Like, this is the one region in California where toughness, physicality, blue-collar grit still matters. So we're always going to be based on grit. And seeing all those things come to life is pretty incredible. And listen, we don't know how the season is going to turn out. I'm really optimistic. August 23rd can't get here soon enough. But based on what I'm seeing, I'm not a football coach. I'm not watching film on Kansas, on Georgia Southern, on the rest of the Mountain West Conference. But what I see structure. I see discipline. I see people working their tails off, and I love it. The practices are just a joy to go to. And I'll tell you the other thing: the family atmosphere. All these assistant coaches. their children are out at every practice. Coach's wife, Brenda, is out at every practice. It's a family atmosphere. I think it's good for these kids to see that. I think it's good for young men to see that these guys are putting on unlimited hours and it's a family atmosphere. And I love seeing that as well, too. And I'm a little biased because I have 2 young boys, 5 and 3, and I take them everywhere with me. I like the culture that we're building right now at Fresno State.
The Bulldogs have this unique opportunity once again. We talked about it last year when Michigan game was coming up, national television, week 1, right there on the primetime side. Another kind of solo opportunity to be on a primetime stage on a major network, Fox. You get the visibility of that. Do you feel like there's an advantage to having that kind of isolated spot, especially week 0? Honestly, for me, I'm like, I would take week 0. I would take week 0 every year if I could, if I was wanting the visibility of my football program out there.
Listen, absolutely. The fact that I love playing on week 0, I won't speak on coach's behalf, but as far as the external side of me, the visibility side, I want to play in week 0, and we get to play on main Fox. Sorry to bring that up on ESPN Radio,
okay.
But it's an incredible opportunity for our team. And to go out there and be able to compete in week 0, I love it. Let's line it up. Let's go. The visibility that we'll receive from that game. Savannah in our athletic communications office does a good job. Like, we get to tell our story. Like, we feed information to the sideline reporter, to the announcers. Like, we get to talk about all the great things about Fresno. And that's the one thing that I think we need to do a better job as a city, not as a university. We have so many things to brag about, so many reasons to be proud here.
Yeah.
And it's time to start pushing those out and start to be proud and really brag about what we have here.
I got about a minute and a half left here, and I'll leave it with this final question. You got the first home game. The home schedule is out there. I know you were there, just soaking in the home atmosphere. What can people expect from home atmospheres this year now that you're ready for a season like this into this season? What can people expect for the home games?
Number one, we're going to do our part to get you into the stadium early, but the last thing we need to do is play a really good game at Kansas, and then all of a sudden there's 10,000 people in their seats at kickoff for Georgia Southern. Let's show Matt Entz that we are the Red Wave. We're proud. We're excited to have him and his family here and show up. And we're going to do our part. We're close to locking in a flyover for every game, so people are going to need to be in their seats for that. We're hopeful that we'll add some points of entry outside the stadium. We're hopeful we'll have some new concession items out there. All this stuff will be released at once, and we want to be able to have let the children do some things on the field post game so we can create more of a family atmosphere. And that's just a few of many, but we need people. I get it. Tailgating's fun. I love tailgating. I grew up tailgating. I wish I could tailgate all the time. But the reality is that we need our fan base more than ever. We have to show the nation that we are for real.
Absolutely. I can't wait for that game day atmosphere. I don't care what temperature it could be. I think it is certainly an atmosphere that is hard to replicate here in the country. I think it's a gem. It's a jewel. It's awesome to have here in the Central Valley, and I can't wait to see it.
Absolutely. Special place. Absolutely.
Garrett, I appreciate you taking the time as always, and I will see you out of the home opener, I'm sure, and Football Beyond, and good luck this year with the football team. I'm sure we'll have you again sometime soon here.
Sounds good. Thanks, Phil.
All right. Garrett Classy, Fresno State Athletic Director. Reminder, A's baseball is on 790 tonight. That'll be against the Rays. And Giants baseball coming up right here on 1430 against the San Diego Padres. Good show today. Appreciate everyone who tuned in, all the guests that joined us today. We'll be back tomorrow after Giants baseball right around 4 o'clock. Until then, Giants baseball up next on 1430.
Hi, I'm Jim Schaefer with Helena Agri Enterprise.